Okay, we live. We did it. We're here.
Hooray! Yeah.
All right. I think this is 32.
Yep.
Yeah. Episode 32, which is an actually decent number of episodes. We're like 2 to a 5 or something. Um yeah though, we're back. We did it. We're cool. We are presumably going to be wrapping up our adventures in Paris this session unless somebody does something crazy that I'm not predicting.
Yeah. Let's go to
Which
the moon. No.
from Paris.
No.
The French space program will get us there
No.
in 2005.
No.
We're just gonna get up enough speed and just go right for the Eiffel Tower and just launch. That's how physics works, right?
Yep. No.
But no, one of the things that I'm planning on doing, in case anyone wanders into this in the future, which would be presumably anyone wandering into this, um, after we wrap up this session, I think I'm going to do the thing where you sit down and you record here's what the story is so far, and upload that as a separate thing. Like I might do one for the Germany arc and one for the France arc, just because we have arcs now. And then
Yeah.
if anyone wants to wander in late, they can get a recap, and if they really want to go back, they can listen to the rest of it too. That might also make it a little bit easier if we start taking on friends or guests or other people who want to play without subjecting them to a binge. So,
It's like in order to play, you must binge all 32 episodes.
I expect you to know everything that came before this moment,
Even
especially
though
the
you
parts your character has no reason to know about. But yeah, so given that's going to be the deal, I'm not going to spend too much time recapping this one. Suffice it to say, you went to Paris, you encountered Arsène Lupin, you went through his crazy last night mansion party, slept a bit afterwards with some, cool items and new friends picked up along the way, and then you went and rescued a Goliath and two trolls and three ogres from the harvesters in the tunnels under Paris,
As you do.
as you do, because this is what happens when people decide to go get Chinese food in Paris. I've decided that's what
Yeah.
always happens in real life. I need someone from Paris to tell me otherwise, and I might not believe them. Uh, but yeah, so last session we wrapped up the big old combat conflict with the trolls through diplomacy, of all things. Um, because it turns out we're actually playing Gotcha Man Crowds, the RPG, and that sometimes works. Um, yeah, that's a reference I made. I'm a nerd. Um, but yeah, so we kind of yada yada over it last time, so I'm just gonna clarify stuff that we determined off screen that I'm not going to use too much on screen time for. So after the trolls uh, d- encounter, it was decided that the Goliaths were going to take the trolls to the castle in Germany, and it was coordinated a bit via Kwaku that you were going to get somewhere for these trolls to live. There'd be some work put into like making sure that they're properly fed and don't just eat everything, but that'll be future adventure. Something that we didn't say on stream, but we realized like immediately after the stream was over, is that you also have three ogres who were stuck with shot collars, and then abandoned as essentially preventing you from chasing down some of the remaining harvesters. So, in the absence of anyone telling them what to do, um, they were sort of brought along for the ride. So, they're going to be traveling with the trolls. They're woefully domesticated, and while that's very unfortunate for them, it does make this part easier because presumably they've been transported before. You also, via Richard calling in his reinforcements again, the Mage Association could really care less about harvester activity because, Mage Association are jerks. But they absolutely care about people transporting big, dangerous phantasmals right under the streets of Paris because it's a huge risk if they ever break out and bust around. So that's considered a problem. And several other harvesters who were, running these trains that were about to get away have been apprehended, rounded up, and Richard's going to be busy doing paperwork for quite a while. He has to both explain what all these people did wrong and not explain where the trolls and the ogres went. So he's got some work to figure out, but he's pretty confident he can make this happen. So, um, where we left off after the last session then is that um, the group of our heroes are returning to the hotel again after their adventure through the sewers. And the Goliaths have split off a bit. So Whisperhex and Doorbreaker, after reuniting and proper healing and all of that, and getting Doorbreaker some clothes, since most of his were ruined pretty badly. Like he was wearing enough to not be naked, but he's had better outfit days. Getting them to go to the docks to coordinate this actual passage through the harvester contacts, because your harvester contacts are not going on the trip with you. You don't really want them to know where there's a whole bunch of phantasmal species hiding out in Germany, but you're absolutely having your Goliaths capable of diplomacy to sort out this ride. Bike Wielder is on babysitting duty for the ogres and trolls. She says she's fine, and since she speaks giant, she can coordinate with all of the parties involved, and presumably they're going to listen. So she's working her way through that while Richard does the roundup game. Keg Tapper is going back with you so that he can assist you if you've got any other stuff you'd like to, hand off and take to Germany, because presumably you're not lugging around these giant mirrors and possibly other stuff. In general, he's also just looking to go hang out with new friends because he's super social like that, and he knows that your, hotel has a bar. And apparently people willing to look the other way for short people, so maybe they'll look the other way for one ridiculously, freakishly tall person. Who knows? So, that's about where we'll pick up here. So you are returning to the hotel, unless you would like to make any other stops on the way back.
Not at night.
Yeah, it's a bit later now. Like, it's after dinner time.
Yeah, definitely not at night.
I'm going to advance this clock a little bit, because coordinating all the stuff that you had to coordinate absolutely took some time. Take that, in-game clock. Look at that time move.
Woo!
Oh,
whoa, not that much.
Anise is giving the bag of holding back to Doorbreaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he much appreciates the return of his bag. Did you keep all the random knickknacks that were in it?
So according to the party sheet, there were some rations and a bedroll. I don't remember what else was. A lantern, I think, and then the picture of his wife.
We gave that to.
Oh yeah, we gave that to her.
Yeah, she got that one. I'm trying to remember now. I feel like there were some thieves' tools in there.
Yeah, I don't think I took those.
I don't think you took them, but suffice it to say, whatever items you had are presumably back in there, right? We can just hand wave that unless you took anything out and kept it.
Nope.
Okay. Then he has his stuff back, and he greatly appreciates your help.
And I took the couple of things that were in there that were Anice's out.
And just transferred them over to the bag of sending and thus receiving?
Sure.
Okie dokie. Cool. Yep, you have a slightly more complicated bag of holding with some extra utility worked into it now.
Yay.
So, it's also not as big as the other one, so it's a little bit easier for you to lug around. So, nice. Okay. Yep, he appreciated that. They're going to head off to the docks now. You get back. We'll go by the clock in here. It's a little before 9, so it's kind of late. Richard stays behind to coordinate all of his downstairs nonsense with the local mage authorities.
Oh, I suppose since it's late, we're not going to stop and get clothing.
Yeah, I figured we could do that in the morning.
It is up to you. It is Friday night in Paris, but it's probably a little harder.
My train of thought is that they'd probably be tired.
Yeah.
Understandable. Like, you did sleep until 5 hours ago, but you had a really long night before. And you also just fought a bunch of big stuff, and Anise kind of got shot a few times.
Yeah, twice. And chomped.
And considering that, I don't think it'd be a good idea to go shopping at night.
Yeah.
Anise has backup clothes.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, so yep, you successfully return to the hotel. When you get there, you do in fact see Derek's butler enjoying McDonald's, still sitting in the car, like he doesn't want to go back up, but he's casually sitting there eating his McDonald's. You kind of notice that he's eating his McDonald's, but if you recall, you gave him that like several hours ago. So maybe he's just casually enjoying this task that doesn't involve going out and doing anything else for a while. He seems to be happily at peace. He doesn't notice a lot of you walking by, or he's actively not noticing. It's up to you to decide which. Derek doesn't seem to want to bother him right now, so works out.
I'm not gonna bother him.
Fair enough. Okay, so when you get back inside, Vivi's gonna kind of turn over to Penelope. So I was told we're gonna have a sleepover?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
And we're gonna build a pillar fort, and we're gonna stay up late. Well, probably not too late, but we're gonna do each other's hair and nails, and we're gonna tell stories. Or we could just chill. But I do have things I need to talk to you about. So.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's a big part of staying up is telling stories. That's the best part.
Yeah.
And at this note, Derek sort of makes eye contact with Anise.
Anise just kind of gestures to the bullet wound, to the bullet holes in her shirt, and goes, "Need to get a change of clothes."
He nods.
And she just kind of flashes the hotel key that she still has.
Yeah. Yep, he nods with more subtlety than you would expect from Derek.
Anise, do you want to join us for the sleepover? We're gonna build a pillar fort in the living room.
I'll join for part of it. I think you seem like you want to talk to Vivi alone, so I'll duck out part of the way through.
Yeah, I mean Johnny will be there too.
It's true.
Although, Johnny, I do need to talk to Vivi alone, so can you manage that for 5 minutes?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I'll watch the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just going up the stairs. Except not on the stairs, in the elevator.
Right. That would take a while. You're doing the FF7 thing. You're like, there's going to be an elixir, I swear.
It's like, I'm gonna get it.
The background music distorts. I think we're only on like the 3rd floor.
I don't remember. She just mimics like she's walking upstairs.
You're a little bit up. Like I don't remember exactly which floor you're on because that was May. But yeah, you're up enough that you wouldn't take the stairs. Like you're not on like Dragon Con levels of desperation here.
Fair.
But yeah, you make your way up, no problem. Derek continues on up to the top floor where he's staying. So you are separated from him for the moment. I'm just looking over the combat tracker to make sure I'm not forgetting any NPCs because you've collected so many. Oh, right. So yeah, when you get in, Keg Tapper, big looming dude that he is, ridiculous tall, wanders over to the bar for a bit. And when he does, he lifts his arms up all big and huge, and everyone's staring at this man like he's, the massive figure that he is. This biker who's like 8 feet tall walks over, and then he just says in like his biggest jovial voice, "Friends, hurrah! Do 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 do." And then he continues humming the theme to Friends as he walks over, and everyone just sort of stares at him. Not the theme to Friends, but yeah, you know what I mean. God, not the theme of Friends. That'd be a lot funnier. Oh, Cheers. Yeah. He says Friends. He's doing the theme to Cheers. And then he walks over and he proceeds to start ordering alcohol.
I'm like, where is this going? Oh no.
Oh my. This is where I'm starting the session because it's a little bit later if anyone's paying attention. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He is parking at the bar for a little bit. He's going to let everyone get settled into their rooms for now, and then you can bring down to him. Or, signal for him if you need him to come up to get anything. But cool, so Derek went up. Tech Dapper stayed at the bottom. The rest of you, I guess, are going to your room.
Yeah. Are you coming to the room?
Yeah.
Or are you... okay, yeah. Or are you going to the room?
Not yet.
Seeing as he's on deck, I'm dropping him in here. Nice.
Waggling the viper.
All right. So, yep, you make your way to the room successfully. You did it. So when you get to the room, you can see Jameson over to the side, like clicking away on his laptop, coordinating work stuff. Oh, hi. Is everyone okay? Oh, you've been shot. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm fine now. I got bit too. Look. She
Oh.
gestured the chump.
Oh,
Yeah,
that much fun at the Chinese food place.
It was a blast.
I rescued a Goliath.
Oh yes, we made some Goliath and troll and ogre friends.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Are you taking the piss out of me? Is this making fun of me? But
No.
I wish we were kidding.
A train rolled over.
Yeah.
oh, good. Okay, just making sure that I'm fine. Everyone alive? Does anyone need any? Well, first aid.
I might be dead.
You're not.
I'm not.
I do need a change of clothes now. We should go clothing shopping tomorrow.
Ooh.
Could be
Ooh.
fun.
Oh my god, can I help you pick out an outfit?
Against my better judgment, sure.
Against your better judgment, I have excellent taste in clothing. Thank you.
You do, but it doesn't fit my aesthetic. See?
I can pick things outside of my own aesthetic. Thank you very much.
Alright. Well, my life is in your hands tomorrow then.
Okay, good.
Don't worry too much. She's pretty good at this.
See? I've got backup.
Alright.
I'm an expert at putting clothing on people.
Thought you were an expert at...
Yes.
Oh.
Trust me. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
If some sequins happen to make it onto your clothing,
No.
it's not... Yes.
I don't know if that's the most stealthy way to be, but I'm not really big on stealth myself, so...
I mean, I stealth just fine, and I'm literally covered in this shit, so...
While we're out, we also need to pick out some disguises to sneak into Clock Tower, right?
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god, okay. Yes, we need clock tower disguises.
We absolutely
Oh my god.
do.
Oh my god. We need secret identities.
Well, I've already got one, but yeah, that's a good idea. It'll make it a lot easier. I'll get you in, but you'll have to keep your story straight.
I'll think about it. I'll think about a secret identity. I've been to many a garden with silly names.
Oh yeah, we passed a few silly gardens.
I might need some help coming up with one for me.
Okay, yeah, we got you. We'll come up with something good.
Otherwise, I might just tell him I'm Huckleberry.
Oh, but that's so cute.
Is that a good name? I'm not very good at mage names.
I love it. Oh my god. Huckleberry is precious. And absurd enough to be a mage name. It's fine.
It's true.
That's very true. They have ridiculous names. It's weird that they pick them for themselves.
Mage is weird.
Mage is all weird.
That definitely sounds true. And with that, he goes back to typing away on his laptop. He seems to have adapted to the fact that Anise was shot twice and bitten, since everyone seems to be jovial about it.
There aren't even any scars. It's just, this was my favorite shirt. All good things come to an end, I suppose.
Now we just gotta get you a new favorite shirt. It's fine. But yeah. Alright. So Penelope's gonna start going and grabbing pillows out of the rooms.
Okay.
I need help building this pillow fort.
Anise will help.
Penelope, roll investigation. We're doing this right.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
21.
on top of all the pillows that you find on the beds, you find the hidden ones that are stored in the upper closet shelving area by maintenance for when they, or not maintenance, by housekeeping, when they're in a hurry and they need to swap out the pillows quickly and are running out on the cart. So you find bonus pillows.
Yeah, because Penelope can't reach them.
Yeah, Anise is the one who notices them. But you've successfully acquired those as well, so you have double the number of pillows that you would get from the number of beds that you have available.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be an amazing pillow fort. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna grab blankets and stuff off the beds too.
Are you just stripping them down to the mattress?
No, just like the blankets, not
Okay.
all the sheets and stuff.
All right, so comforters or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
That's right, Caterpie.
Okay, you grab a Caterpie in addition to everything else, and it uses string shot to create the bonding agent that will hold this fort together.
Ah.
It's
Alright,
what Kwaku would have wanted if he was here.
Honestly. Alright, I drag everything into the living room. And then I just start putting together the pillow fort.
Jameson continues to type away like you've done this before.
It's true though. Alright, do I have to roll anything to build a pillow fort?
You probably don't, but I kind of want you to. Just not sure what you would roll for that.
I'm not sure. Is that a sleight of hand? Performance? Survival?
Survival. Do survival. Because, that's what you would use if you were putting up a tent. So we're going to go with survival.
Okay. Oh no! 10. Does anybody want to help me?
Can we say she has advantage because I'm helping?
Sure. Yeah. So you can roll that again.
Well, sure is going to be an average fort.
Okay, Penelope, this is an important character defining moment for you. Would you like to use the power of your fiddle to add a d4?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. All right. You've managed to add it up to a 13. So you put together a fairly passable pillow fort. It's not going to collapse on you. You've done better, but you've also never had to account for so many people before. So, it's not a bad attempt. In the event that it ever starts to fail on you, then you could always try again. But you feel like this is probably okay.
Pillow fort's done, guys.
Hooray!
Let's get the sleepover started.
Okay, so is everyone crawling into the pillow fort?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Let's give some rolls for that. Not from the two of you. You're fine. I'm specifically rolling to see if Johnny remembers she has horns. I appreciate that this is what I use Fantasy Grounds for. Gotta rationalize this purchase, you see.
I mean, that's fair.
Penelope.
Yes.
Do you feel like sharing your luck with Johnny, who rolled a 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit. Johnny, no.
Oh, good. She rolled a 3 this time. So yeah, your fort, while impressive, cannot stand the power of not one but two tiefling horns bumping into it and starts to collapse. Would you like to try to save your fort?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. Um, in that case, you can try to act quickly and prop up the collapsing part with a new survival roll.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, it starts to collapse around her, but you manage to shuffle your way over and around her, and where her horns are poking into it, you manage to crawl up under and then grabbing a nearby object for support, which turns out is Anise's staff. You manage to lift it back up over her because if you recall, Johnny's very tall, and so using the staff, you manage to prop it up properly, and now Johnny can safely navigate the inside of this fort.
Oh, sorry, Anise. I need to borrow this really quick.
Sure, I wasn't going to use it anytime soon.
If you need it, just pull it down. It's fine if everything collapses to a miserable pile of ex-pillow fort.
What am I going to need it? Never mind.
You know what? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either. Keep it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
It seems to be load bearing. It's fine.
It's a load bearing staff. It's fine. We don't want them. Yeah.
So your fort has survived, and it now is currently host to Penelope, Anise, Johnny, Vivi, and a somewhat confused Hemlock. Hemlock seems to be walking around casually under this fort, checking to see if there's any food that maybe was carried over for some reason. Does not find food, and then exits the fort.
Well, bye, Hemlock. Jeez.
You can just hang out in your little nest. It's okay.
And that is what Hemlock does. After confirming that Jameson finished properly cleaning up all of the breakfast food, which he did.
Leave a single detail.
Okay, you have successfully constructed your fort.
Hooray.
Would you like to make your fort a bounded field?
Is that a thing I can do?
It would take a long time, so
No,
probably not.
I just
feel it appropriate to ask.
I do not want to make the fort a bounded field, no.
Okay. But as a mage, it is your right if you choose to do so.
I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so what do you think of the pillow fort?
Quaint. Cozy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah! Perfect for sleepovers. Especially when, yeah, I don't know. It's been a long day.
It has.
Ugh. Oh, shit. Before we get too into sleepover mode. Do you hear that?
Huh?
Do you hear that noise?
That was Shelly jumping on your bed.
Oh. There she goes. Okay. Shit, what was I saying?
Before you get into it?
Oh, yeah, before we get too into the sleepover, Vivi, I need to talk to you really quick.
All right.
About something serious.
Well, I guess that's my key to exit.
Already? I mean, you can if you want.
I don't know if there's a better time.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to stay and hang out for a little bit, like, I can talk to Vivi later.
I mean, you seem to have the best idea of what's going on here with this sleepover. Kind of here.
You do what you want. You're an adult. I have no idea what we're doing with the sleepover. I just wanted to put a bunch of pillows in the middle of the living room, to be honest.
mission complete.
I'm having fun.
Yay!
Says Johnny, awkwardly sitting immediately next to the staff at the highest point of the fort.
Anise has already changed into PJs. Not like the gross PJs from the other night, but like nice PJs.
I don't know.
Not the ones that she like. No, hang on. It was the like
The sleeves ripped.
the sleeves were ripped off. Yeah, not.
Oh,
Those.
not the Hulk PJs.
No.
Oh wait. Okay. Before you leave, we have to braid each other's hair. It's a requirement for sleepovers.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna roll the braid hair.
Me too, I guess.
All right.
Is that like dexterity?
I think it would be dexterity, and if you've got like proficiency with disguise kits, I don't know. Roll dexterity, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's.
Oh no!
Anise is good at braiding her own hair, but not so much anyone else's.
Oh no!
Okay, so Anise is attempting to braid Penelope's hair, but Penelope's hair has got a very different texture from Anise's hair and starts to stick in areas that Anise isn't used to. So instead of making, a really nice and elaborate over-under braid, Penelope, you currently have 1.5 pigtails. Like she made it a ways and just said, no, not like that. I'll start over here. But she forgot about the first one. And so now she's made like a more constructed second one, but you're not at all symmetrical in the back.
She just gives up about like part of the way through and goes, my siblings have short hair. My mother never let me touch her hair.
It's okay. It's a sleepover. We can do crazy braids. It's fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
And Penelope, in turn, did a more serviceable job on Anise's hair, but forgot that Anise has, like, flowers in places. So that results in some spots closer to the flowers being a little bit looser, and some of the flowers actually fall out. Like, it's something that both of these could be easily corrected with, like, a few seconds on your own, but it was a worthwhile endeavor for both of you.
I tried. I'm sorry.
Next time.
I'm usually really good at braids.
It's been a long day.
It has. Yeah. I see rolls happening.
Yep. I'm really hoping one of these goes well.
Oh no.
Oh my god, none of you can break a 10.
No.
Okay. So as the two of you are going through this, you look over and you can see that Vivi and Johnny have been attempting to braid each other's hair too. But poor Vivi can't quite reach high enough on Johnny to do more than make some really awkward attempts at this. Like, for, everyone's reminder, this is what Johnny's hair looks like when she's not all disguised and wearing a hat. And so, keeping in mind that Johnny is, like, almost twice as tall as Vivi, Vivi has managed to kind of reach the lower parts of it, and she's done an okay job, but it does not reach the top. So, while in this picture she has really nicely braided hair, now that bottom, rung of the hair is super, super intricate and fancy, and it doesn't at all translate all the way up.
Oh no.
Johnny, on the other hand, has been braiding Vivi's. I'm just going to keep sharing pictures because it's nice to have references. Have fun, the internet. I'm just going to give you all these pictures. So Vivi has hair that is, it's nice and it's long and whatever, but for the same problem of Johnny being a lot taller than Vivi and having somewhat less experience with braiding hair, Vivi's hair is no longer up. It is very down. It is long around her, and she's absolutely got like pigtails that look way more American South. Like it's the only thing Johnny really knows how to do. And like
no.
it's not the worst, but again, like her hair wasn't cut for this. So there's like little loose bits of it sticking out here and there, but overall the attempt is cute because out of the lot of you, even with bonuses, Vivi got an 8 and Johnny got a 9. Like the rolls numerically were 3, 7, 5, and 6. So
no.
none of you could break a 10. But you know what? Everyone's having fun.
It's fine.
It's been a long day. One of us got shot.
Yeah, you got shot twice. And bitten.
Chomp.
Chomp.
Jameson looks over at Hemlock and says, "Don't bother, I don't have any hair, and neither do you. We're safe."
Hey, Jameson, I'm braiding your hair next.
Let me get right on growing that.
Okay.
Wait, you can't make that happen, can you? No, better off not knowing.
Give it time. Anyway. God, it's been so long since I've done an actual sleepover that I just remember what to do.
Well, most of mine involve being outdoors around a campfire, telling ghost stories, roasting marshmallows,
Yeah.
daring people to go into the woods and retrieve.
I could start a campfire if you like.
Let's not.
Well, yeah, let's not burn down the hotel today. Seems like a bad plan.
Probably not the best now.
No.
Skinny dipping that one.
I mean, we could go do that in the hotel pool, but I think they'd kick it. No.
I thought the rules in France were relaxed.
They probably are, but I don't think we should do that in a public hotel pool. Probably.
I suppose that would probably wash off my makeup, huh?
Yeah.
Attempting to summon fairies. We weren't successful.
Yeah, you have to know incantation shit for that.
We were like 8.
That's
I was
fair.
8. Anyway. Trying to prank the adults and failing miserably.
Oh my. And I'm saying that she is whispering this, but I'm not going to whisper. My throat is not capable of whispering. Alright, we could totally just prank Jameson.
Seems needlessly cruel.
That's true. Let's not do that. We could prank Derek.
Could, but I don't want to.
Okay. Then I'm out of ideas. We could prank the butler, but that also seems really cruel.
Just let him have.
Yeah, he needs his night off.
Night off, yes.
Ugh. Well, I mean, if you want to go spend some time with Eric, like, I'm not gonna stop you.
I want to make sure that I've had an adequate enough of sleepover time.
I mean,
since I won't be sleeping over. Yeah.
Now, see, we could be doing sleepover stuff all night. Till 4 in the morning.
I suppose.
We could tell ghost stories.
I suppose.
Let's tell ghost stories. Roll for ghost story.
We've met actual ghosts.
Oh.
Kind of takes the bite out of them when you've met actual ghosts.
You know, you're right.
Not to be a party pooper.
Yeah, I'm out of ideas. All right, we play spin the bottle.
I know that one.
What?
I played that game before.
I mean, on that note,
Vivi's just kind of letting this thing play out. She's like, I'm not touching that.
I'll have my phone on me this time, and I will not accidentally ignore it. I'll be back in the morning so we can go clothes shopping.
Well, this time I know where you're going.
Also true.
And we did just deal with harvesters, but you're not just randomly disappearing after fighting with harvesters.
So true.
So, yeah. Have fun.
Dennis just does not say anything.
Don't be nasty.
Can't guarantee anything.
Oh my god!
As she just leaves.
Penelope face palms. Oh no. There's dice rolling.
Okay, so Johnny kind of leans over towards Vivi and just goes, "Where do you think she's going?" and Vivi kind of leans back and says, "I'll tell you when you're older."
I'll tell you when you're older too.
Take care of Hemlock.
See, yeah, okay.
I mean, he takes care of himself.
Wait, is she going for a booty call?
Did Johnny just say that?
She did.
Hey, I'm leaving. Bye.
This hysterical laughter is happening in character.
That was her wisdom check to see what was and wasn't appropriate. She's holding true to her form for rolling poorly.
Oh no!
I hope she has fun.
I hope so too. Oh goodness.
Okay, who wants to do their part first?
You can talk to Vivi.
Okay. I'll look to Vivi.
All right. Is this the part where I guard the door?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Okay. And so she climbs out from under the pillow fort and she goes over to the door and she sits in front of the door and stares at it.
Hemlock will just come over and keep her company.
Yeah, Hemlock finds a nice little perch between the horns and looks majestic and menacing at the same time.
I love that.
Jameson gets a clue, takes the laptop and goes into one of the side rooms and closes the door.
Okay.
So do you want more private than this, or is this good?
I don't know. I'm gonna talk quietly. Johnny, can you hear me?
Yes.
Damn it! God damn it!
She's got good perception.
Okay, yeah, we need something a little more private.
Okay. Let's see. How's about we do this? And she starts to cast a spell. So many NPC sheets.
Gotta use them all.
Gotta go. I don't think this one actually has anything mechanical on it. Let's see. Where are you at? Okay, so she under the pillow fort pulls out a small bead, and it's on a string, and she starts sort of spinning it around in a circle, like, from the string, so that it makes a slightly wider and wider loop. And as she does so, she holds it over herself and then over you, so that it's going around in the air above her. And the string gets longer and longer under there. It starts to reach sort of the edges of your pillow fort. And as she does so, it starts to leave that after image that you get when something spins really quickly. And it starts to form the shape of a dome above you. And then that dome after image starts to solidify. And before you know it, you're actually inside of a little hut that is under the pillows of your pillow fort.
Oh, it's a fort.
It's nice and recursive. But yeah, so since we're the ones who are in here, we're the only ones who can be in here, and no one outside can hear us.
Let me test that really quick. Johnny, can you hear me?
You get no reply.
Yeah. All right, cool. Okay. So...
Hold on, it's a little bit dark in here. And then she goes, and then a light appears above you, and it's now well lit in here. And you get that cool flashlights within a blanket fort thing of silhouettes flying outward from it.
Oh, cool.
There we go. It's true sleepover now.
Yeah, sleepover.
Okay, so what's on your mind?
Okay, so you know how I've been struggling to actually intentionally do the eye thing?
The one where your eyes make people listen to you?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I remember the first few times you used it, you didn't even know you were doing it. And then when you tried to do it after that, it never seemed to work.
Yeah. So it happened on the train. Like, it worked on the train.
Like tonight?
Yeah.
Is that how you got them to stop the trains?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fortunately, that's also how I got them to unleash trolls. But yeah, that's
That's incredible, though. You convinced them to do something they clearly didn't want to do.
Yeah.
And you did it on purpose.
Yeah. It's so weird, though. Oh God, now that I'm conscious of it, I kind of hate it.
Mystic eyes are dangerous, but they can be used for good.
Yeah. Ugh.
Wouldn't tell too many people about them, but it's nice to have an ace up your sleeve.
It's true.
They can do some things that are harder to do with Magecraft.
Yeah. I think you're still the only person I've told. Or, well, I mean, I haven't told you because you told me. But...
No, it is a good trick. But, yeah, I would definitely only tell people that you completely trust.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels just kind of sweet. I don't know.
As I understand it, your eyes can only get people to do something that they would consider doing. You can't actually take away their will. You can just convince them something that they're willing to do is worth doing. Like, you couldn't tell someone to do something they would never do.
That's...
If that makes you feel better.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Ugh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't walk around asking people to give you all their money, because, like, that would be unethical.
Yeah, no.
But it might be a good way to prevent someone from digging in when you need them to back down.
That's true.
And in tonight's case, you saved more people than we would have expected. Letting the trolls out might have been a bit much, but it worked out. And you talked us
Yeah.
out of that one all by yourself. No special eyes, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, no. That was definitely not the eyes there.
Well, I just keep it a secret. Try to stay careful with it. Definitely don't let anyone in Clock Tower know you can do that, because
No.
there are people that would love to have that ability.
Yeah, that's a no. I'm not gonna tell anyone that. Especially not in Clock Tower.
It's probably a good idea. Not Clock Tower, not the church, not any of that. Like, it's kind of weird because it's a thing that it's not the same thing that vampires do, but it's similar enough that you really don't want the church to think you're some kind of, well, us-sized vampire.
Yeah, no. Okay. And then I have one other thing I want to talk about before we can drop the hut.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know the lady's name?
The lady of the lake?
Yeah.
Not too. I think I'm pretty sure she's Vivian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is. She never told me herself, but I've sort of pieced that together.
Okay.
But I don't know entirely what that means, because as I understand it, there's more than one.
Yeah, it's weird. I still don't fully get it myself, but apparently there's like, depending on the the versions of the stories that people have told about her, there's like different versions of her too.
That does get complicated.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I just straight up asked her.
Well, she seems to trust you if she told you. The Fae are not too big on sharing names.
Yeah. I noticed that.
But she seems to think that either she gained something from trusting you, or that you're not going to betray her trust.
Yeah. That's a good point. Ooh.
Honestly, when I introduced you to her, I was doing it because your abilities seem to be more closely aligned to the Fae than the kinds of things that I can teach. Like, I'm not too good at illusions. I can do some, but for the most part, I go with the more practical effects, so to speak. And I'm definitely not very high on the weight class for mental manipulation. That's a little outside of my skill set. And once you demonstrated the ability with your eyes, I thought it would probably be better if you found someone with a little more experience. And that's definitely something that the fair folk know how to do.
That's true.
So I did a little bit of research to find out, like, what went into contacting them. I found a ritual. I was almost as surprised as you were when it worked, but I'd asked around with a few other bards who had worked with similar fae before, and I'd gotten enough of a sense that it was a safe thing to do as long as you didn't make any special promises. And you didn't, and she seemed eager to teach, so it worked out. Like, you haven't entered any pacts or anything with her, have you?
No.
Well, shouldn't be a problem then. She's certainly teaching you a lot. You're growing incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
Of course, if every day of yours is like tonight, then I can see why.
God, I need a few days that aren't like tonight. Holy shit.
It'll add up, yeah. I mean, like, I've spent the last several months just going to school, so to speak. I've been working my way through the archaeology department in hopes of eventually getting access to a big dead dragon. But The Mage Association is not quick to move. There's a lot of politics, and I'm still getting a feel for it, and I can only let myself get so close before someone eventually figures out what's going on. So
That's true.
But I do want to, because my understanding is that this dragon is huge. And it... So you know how you're always worried about oversleeping?
Yeah.
And missing, like, you know, the bus or the flight or the whatever? Well, this one overslept on the day when apparently everyone decided to go to the reverse side of the world.
Oh, no.
And so it tried to go after the path was closed, and it couldn't. So it just started digging. And digging and digging and digging to physically get there. And it died before it got there. But it's very sad. But also, it's crazy because, like, you would think the world would just get rid of it and it would just stop existing and its bones would disappear or whatever because the side doesn't believe in dragons. But it got close enough that it's still there to some extent. And also, because it's so close, things from the other side are more real in that area. Like, it's a fuzzy area. Like, if we're talking about bubbles popping up left and right up here, well, that's an area that's like a sustained bubble. That's why they built the clock tower on top of it. It was to monopolize it, essentially. So, I want to get down there and see what's there.
Yeah, same. To an extent.
They're very picky about it, but I'm pretty confident that I can make my way there eventually, especially if I make the right connections. Like, the archaeology department is definitely focusing on it, and they seem like good people, and I know enough stuff that I can point them in the right direction without giving too much away, I hope. Or if I mess up, then I guess I'll go hang out in Atlas or something for a few years.
I mean, if you need to do that, then I know somebody there.
Oh, good. Yeah. I mean, I've met a few people there. Like, I try to float around a bit, but they get suspicious when you just go away for years. So, you know.
True. Okay.
But yeah, I guess to point though, if you can get to a place like under the clock tower or somewhere else closer to the other side of the world, you might have an easier time talking to your lady than waiting till once a month.
I didn't even think about it like that.
I mean, my understanding is it's hard for her to do anything on this side, but her association with the moon makes it a little bit easier for her. But perhaps if you go somewhere a little closer, like one of my goals, something that I haven't done yet, is I want to make my way into the Wandering Sea at some point.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because it's, as I understand it, a very different place. Because they're very stubborn and sticking to really old styles of magecraft. Because they want to do magic. And that's hard, but their whole place is floating between this side and the other side. So they might actually be able to do a little more. And I want to see it. But
that's a good point.
They're really picky about who they let in, and they only open the door once a year, so might be tough.
Yeah, it's tricky, but you can do it.
I mean, I've got time.
Yeah.
Besides, I can turn people into cows now. That's got to be worth something.
I hope that guy's okay.
Maybe he was caught when they were rounding people up. I don't know.
Maybe.
I wonder if that guy's ever going to get his arm put back on.
Probably not.
No, it didn't seem like the kind of thing he was going to resolve quickly. Seemed like a jerk.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to ask before we pop this layer and just let the pillow fort do its job?
Nah. I think that's it.
Okie dokie. Well, in that case, she pulls out a tiny little pen and she pokes the edge of her giant illusion, or not illusion, her giant what is this called? Conjuration, technically. It's weird because they put this in the evocation school and I don't know why. Like, it feels like this should be conjuration, but whatever, Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe it's just because it's technically like a force field instead. I don't know. Whatever it is, she pokes it and then you hear a like it's deflating, and then the pillow fort slightly shifts as it reasserts under the mast.
Sweet. Okay, Johnny is safe.
The door is also safe.
Oh, good.
All right, Hemlock, we're getting back to business. And she gets up and she walks over to the fort. And this time she leans down a little further and crawls under. And Hemlock returns to the nest. So now what do we do?
I don't know.
Do we watch movies or something?
Yeah. Watch a movie.
Okay. I will let you rummage through the remote and find out what you can find in French.
Oh, God. I'm gonna roll a d20 for that.
All right.
I rolled a 12.
Okay.
What's
I don't know what that
French?
translates to. You successfully navigate the menu and find the French pay-per-view channels and can watch a contemporary movie from 2005. I don't know what that would be.
I don't either. We're watching Lord of the Rings.
Sure. You pull up
All right.
French
Strap
Lord of the
in, Chris.
Rings.
We're watching the Lord of the Rings.
So as you do that, we'll cut over to Anise. That seems like the appropriate thing to do. So Anise, you've successfully made it to the elevator.
Cool.
You did it. Would you like to go upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, you have a card key. You successfully use it. You've done this before. Once again, it takes you to the inside of the full floor suite that he is staying in. And when the door opens, you find him waiting. And he's, unlike the first time when he was trying to be all like, sneaky, stealthy, whatever, this time he's actually just waiting there with like wine glasses.
Knock, knock.
Welcome up. I trust you had a fun slumber party.
Yeah, sort of. Kind of ran out of things to do. Can't really... Once you've met a ghost, telling ghost stories kind of isn't really any fun.
Wait, you've met a ghost?
Several, actually.
Oh, you're so much cooler than I am.
Give it time. You can meet a ghost if you want.
Or was it like a friendly ghost, or did you have to fight it?
Friendly.
Well, that's good. Yeah, truth be told, I'm not really sure how to interact with problems that I don't either befriend or fight. There's a whole gray area in the middle, and I'm not really the best at that yet. I'm working on it.
That's fair, though. We tend to befriend most of our problems. By we, I mean Penelope mostly.
Well, I've noticed that. I really thought we were going to have to fight trolls. Like, really fight them. And it was really fun when we were all big and, jumbo-sized and fighting them on their scale, but we didn't actually have to kill anything. And that works really nicely, for heroics, but also in general, I'm not really big on killing things, like heroism aside.
Yeah, that, and I don't know that we could have won against them.
I mean, we got one of them down.
That's true.
That other one was pretty brutal, though. Like, are you okay? Like, I saw that lady shoot you, so I went and beat the shit out of her, but...
Thank you for that. That was kind of funny. No, I'm fine now. My shirt was ruined, but I can replace that.
Yeah, I think I heard you mention that you were going to go shopping tomorrow, so that's good. Maybe you can find something in France that you like. I don't know. The clothes here are all weird. Like, all the sizes seem just a little bit off. But then again... Yeah, all the sizes here are a little bit weird, and I'm still trying to grasp my head around the measurements. Um, Not that I'm really, the best at that anyway. He sort of gestures to his outfit, which is really simple in the grand scheme of things. Um, but regardless, I'm glad that things seem to work out pretty well. Like, you got through the Lupin event, and you were really helpful to a lot of people. Like, if I'm being honest, like, when I first got here and I, like, got to fight some people in a back alley and I met you and we saved a halfling, I felt pretty good. But then I didn't really know what to do in that mansion. Like, there wasn't really a whole lot of fighting to be done. And yeah, I really thought that I was going to have to fight a crime lord and rescue something. I don't even know what, like stolen goods, return them to their owners, but it seems like you and Penelope found a way to do that without having to fight a crime lord. And the crime lord himself seemed relatively reasonable, which is another gray area I wasn't expecting when I went to France.
Yeah, France is full of surprises.
For the most part, the only times I've really felt like I was contributing were when I was finding harvesters and beating the crap out of them, which admittedly was fun. Like, I enjoyed doing that.
So much fun.
But now I'm a little bit nervous because, like, some of them got away, and they don't seem like the types that learn, considering some of the ones that got away were the ones that we beat up, like, literally a day ago, and they're already back to this.
Yeah.
Mind you, that guy without his arm might be out for a bit, but
the one that got turned into a cow, that was a third time seeing him. We encountered two of them before in Germany on a train. Long story. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe third time's the charm, and at least a couple of them start to consider their life and their choices. Who knows? Maybe they'll go open a bakery somewhere or something.
maybe. I mean, I'm still worried about how many horrible things they've actually done that we didn't stop, though.
Yeah, but I mean, we still stopped. We still helped.
Yeah, definitely.
That we helped that Goliath and those trolls and those ogres. Surprisingly.
Yeah, it's crazy how many things seem to just want to be left alone, which is fair. I get that.
I hope there's a way to send them back to where they actually live.
Yeah, that's a bit outside of my skill set. I'm really impressed by all the cool mage stuff that everyone else seems to be able to do. Mostly I just hit things and...
But you're very good at hitting things.
Well, we lean into what we're good at. I think Mom and Dad were a little surprised that I wasn't so big on the magey magic-y stuff, but I found a thing that I could do, and I just doubled down on it, and now I just kind of want to help people however I can. I thought I was just going to come to Paris and beat up a crime lord and get my mask back and then go back to America and, do vigilante stuff, like be the comic book guy. But now I'm not so sure that it's what I necessarily need to do. Like, this is all different. It's more complicated. Like, it's way easier when the bad guys dress like bad guys and announce who they are, and then you just go beat them up.
Are there a lot of those in America?
Not really. I was kind of hoping that America was just a fluke and that I'd find them in France, because France is... Well, Paris in particular is, flashier. I thought maybe there were some French supervillains or something, but as far as I can tell, it's just a bunch of scummy thugs in back alleys and apparently under Asian food restaurants and train tunnels.
Yeah, bad guys usually aren't too different from regular folks.
They seem to just be cowards who pack more of a punch.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, like, what do you do? Because you said you fought them on a train before. Like, do you just hunt these people down?
No, that was a fluke. That's actually where I met Penelope and another friend of ours, Kwaku. Well, I was on the way to deliver a potion, and they were being shady on the train and doing the harvester thing, and we kick their asses. Mostly out of self-preservation. But also I do enjoy kicking ass.
I mean, you're good at it.
Thank you. I try.
Well, I mean, you dodge bullets, and even when you don't dodge bullets, like, you just go back and beat the crap out of them. And that whole thing where you brought down, like, an indoor thunderstorm scared the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
great.
just learned how to do that.
Wait, like today?
Basically, yeah.
You're so cool.
Sometimes especially after something as big as the entire party at the Lupin Mansion, sometimes just in my sleep, I'll just figure out how to do a new thing like that, and then the next day I can just conjure storm clouds and zap the shit out of stupid-looking dudes.
That's pretty great. Not gonna lie, like, I mostly have to go do, like, a million sit-ups. But no, that's amazing. And, like, that's the thing. I think I'm personally a little bit worried that while I'm having fun, playing up the whole superhero thing and justice and all that stuff, because I feel like, we need more of that in the world.
That's an understatement.
I'm a little concerned that, like, I can't just ride around in my limo for hours waiting for stray bullets to tell me when problems are happening. Might have to actually get a little bit better at investigation. Tracking down criminals, all of the stuff that, presumably Batman does.
Yeah, well, I mean, you won't get good at something unless you practice.
That's definitely true.
Learning new things isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. Figure out a good place to learn that. Do you know any other superheroes?
I don't really know. I mean, I have a whole family of druids that are all leagues more powerful than me. Penelope seems to know a lot of also very strong people too, if Vivi's any indication. And judging by the past few weeks, the two of us seem to be magnets for trouble, so if you stick around us, you'll probably have plenty of people to fight.
That's definitely true. You guys are going to London next, right?
We are.
I don't know that I'm the stealthiest when it comes to sneaking around in a clock tower. I'm self-aware enough of that. Like, I can't magic.
Oh yeah, and they kind of need to be able to do magic to get the clock tower. Well, the offer is there.
Yeah,
but you've got your mask. You came and did what you accomplished. So you did go back to America. Couldn't blame you.
I don't really plan on going back there anytime soon. Like, I've sat around for a very long time waiting for a chance to do something. And then the first real opportunity was when someone stole from me. And most of that's just been here. So I feel like Paris needs help. Sounds to me like Germany needs help if you're getting attacked on trains there.
I don't.
London might need help. I feel like Europe needs help, Like, I mean, America seems to have its shit together, give or take.
This is out of character.
That is completely understandable laugh outside of character. I'm like, this is a 2005 American, okay?
Uh-huh.
I feel like Europe could really use some help. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure it out. Like, I could probably stick around here and try to hunt down those stragglers. Maybe interact a little bit with those Mage Association people, and since they don't seem to care too much, but if we point them at problems, maybe they solve them, even if they don't really mean to. Or I could go with you and, like, I don't know, maybe hunt down Jack the Ripper, the 14th, or whatever, if that's how this works. I don't really understand.
I don't think there's a new Jack the Ripper. I mean, there's probably harvesters in London too.
That does sound like a movie.
There's all sorts of things going on in London all the time, in England in general.
Yeah, and you would know as Anise that like there are harvesters there. You've encountered more of them in the last few weeks than you have in like the rest of your life. Because for the most part they don't screw around in the proximity of Clock Tower.
Fair.
Like you obviously grew up on stories about them. Like they're not a recent thing. They're like an overtime thing. But actually encountering them yourself is relatively recent.
Yeah, she just came to the realization, like she knew there were harvesters there, but she like finally kind of thought about the fact that now she knows what they actually do, and then she knows that they're in London, and she just kind of had that like oh shit moment.
Yeah. It's kind of like how we know that human trafficking exists, but if you find out that there's human trafficking in your town, it changes a lot.
Yeah. There are definitely harvesters in London.
Yeah, I think
we're going to Clock Tower. We're going to my shop at some point. We're going to Sherwood.
Like
That
the
could be
Robin Hood
fun.
one?
Yes.
I guess you get that a lot, don't you?
I don't believe he actually existed. I think he's just an urban legend. But yes, the Robin Hood, that Sherwood Forest, yes.
Got it. Because like when I was younger, I did see a movie about him, but he was a fox.
Oh yes.
So I just assumed, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but like as I learned more about the world, I mean, maybe.
I feel like he was not a fox. I have seen that. It's probably my favorite adaptation of the Robin Hood myth. It's because it was so ridiculous.
It seemed a bit crazy, but you know, I've seen some other versions of it, but it's the one I remember.
It's I'm not a big fan of movies, but it's pretty good.
But yeah, like I could see maybe going there for a little bit. Maybe keeping an eye on parts of London if you think that they have a problem with them too. Maybe I could find. Maybe I could learn about investigation from a Sherlock Holmes type person. I mean, if there's a real Arsène Lupin, there might be a real Sherlock Holmes.
Maybe. Anything is possible.
Wait, maybe there's a real Batman.
No, okay, that I don't know about.
No, he's probably too recent. Too recent.
I mean, you never know that the comics could have been based on an actual person. Like apparently what happened with the Arsène Lupin myth.
That's true. This is a weird world we live in. However, I feel like if there was a Batman, then they'd be a little more high profile because that's kind of his deal. Maybe I should be Batman. No, I've already got branding. No, the yellow scarf is too important. Anyway, you don't really care about any of that right now, right? Like, I'm not sure. Like, I might go to London. I might hang out. Like, I'd like to see more of you. I just want to make sure that I'm being useful and not just holding you down because, like, I can't make cool lightning or talk down trolls or do all that other cool stuff.
Just because you can't do magic doesn't mean that you're not useful. You've very much helped. You were very helpful in the fight today. Like, not everyone is meant to do magic and things. Some people are just meant to beat people up, and that's fine.
That does feel like a pretty good calling.
You can do that teleport thing, and...
That's true. They don't usually expect that. And just between you and me, sometimes if I stare someone in the face, they can only see me, and then we fight.
Huh.
It's pretty useful if you've got someone who's taken like a hostage or a bystander or something.
I'm gonna roll our
Sure.
see if I know what that is.
There's a few ways that you could make that happen. Like there's a few spells that could do it. But since he says look in the eyes, you know that there's a non-zero chance that he's referring to a Mystic Eyes ability. Because like those are a thing that exist. Like they're not super common, but they're not unheard of. Like mages know about them.
So Anise knows about Mystic Eyes, but I rolled a physical die to see whether or not Anise would actually like say out loud, "Oh, it's probably Mystic Eyes." I rolled a 1, so she's just gonna be like, "Fascinating."
That's fair. Yeah, it's one of those weird flukes. Like I didn't get cool magecraft, magic, circuit, whatever those things are. But that seems to be the way that it manifests in me. So like I could make things specifically want to fight me, which meant I better learn how to fight because otherwise that's not a good power.
That is fair.
But it's been helpful. Like it's something that I've worked on a little bit over time, and with the other stuff, like I've been able to take care of like small problems, like thugs and back alley level stuff, but. And every once in a while, I capture bug-type Pokemon just in my spare time. I mean, we've all been there. Eventually, bug catchers got to level up, right? And then they take levels in fighter.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, if you don't think I would be holding you back too much, I would like to go with you. Otherwise, don't feel like you have to take me. Like, I'm sure I can do plenty of good here and other places too.
He's gonna lean over and put a hand over one of his hands and be like, "Derek, I want to see more of you too. I don't
thank
think
God.
you'll be holding me back."
Okay.
Penelope may not be very happy, but she's got Johnny tagging along with her. I can have someone tagging along with me. It's fine.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like, is Johnny like into her or something?
You ever heard? Surely you have. You're from America. The country, the folk song about the devil going down to Georgia.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that one.
That's about Johnny, apparently.
Oh.
And Lupin won her golden fiddle, and then Penelope won it from Lupin, and now Johnny has to beat Penelope in a music duel in order to win it back. So now Johnny's stalking Penelope, for lack of a better term.
Oh, somehow that makes sense to me.
That being said, I don't think I would rule out the possibility that Johnny's into her. Like, you never know.
I mean, far be it for me to judge, obviously.
Exactly. 2005.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the 21st century. Like, we're capable of all kinds of things now. Like, who knows? Maybe eventually they could get married in America.
Oh, a tiefling and a halfling in a homosexual relationship.
Yeah, I mean, the current president wouldn't be down with that, but you know what? Between you and me, I don't even know how he got reelected.
Anise knows nothing about American politics, so she just kind of smiles and nods.
Nope, I'm dying.
Somewhere in 2005, younger me is going, "I didn't vote for him."
I mean, younger me certainly didn't. Old enough to have this problem.
Old enough to vote, because I was barely old enough to vote for whoever it was that was running against him.
In 2005, me was definitely like, yeah, I didn't do that either. No.
Oh man, John Kerry times. Anyway.
Wait, no, yeah, I wasn't 8.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You don't have to dox your ages here. It'll be okay.
Time to dox all of my personal information.
Here's my credit card.
Here's the street I grew up on. Here's the name of my first pet. Here's my favorite food.
Here's my mom's maiden name.
Here's all of my security questions. Here's my favorite teacher. Here's where I hung out. Here's where I met my non-existent wife.
Here's the make and model of my first car.
Oh, I love that one. You know, the thing that actually has a record. But yeah, that would be ridiculous. But you know, if it would be, you know, great if they like each other. I don't know. I am not the best at picking up on social cues. I'm aware of that.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not either.
Case in point, I've been awkwardly holding this drink for you for a while. Would you like it?
Oh, yes, sure.
Okay. And I think with that, we can probably fade away unless there's anything else you'd like to bring up with him.
Not really.
Okay.
I have to roll a con save. You still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just
Okay,
drinking some
well,
water.
okay.
As it turns
like-
out, trying to do Derek's voice for too long is hard.
That's valid.
Time to have another hour of conversation. No.
When I was younger, I began my training in the ancient Japanese Middle East because I'm Batman. Batman Begins is a weird movie.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, do I need to make a con save?
If you want to.
Cool. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Once again, she wakes up the big spoon.
Hold on. He gets to make one too.
Oh no. There's no strength potion happening this time.
Roll die, roll. There he goes. Okay. So Derek rolled better than you. So good for him. We will not go into a lot of detail, but this time around, Anise is given the choice of if she would like to be the small spoon or the rocket pack.
She rolled a 1, so I don't know what that means.
And it's the small spoon.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Penelope decrease.
This is Penelope's decree that Anise is the small spoon. It is law.
Okay.
Okay, so by spoon logic of this game, you're in fact a couple that is comfortable swapping roles as appropriate for the night. Well done. You did it.
Yay.
In that you did it.
Okay, I'm good.
Are we good now?
I'm good.
Okay.
Don't mind me just cackling.
It's all good. All right, so that's happened. So is it safe to say that everyone had their fun times watching Lord of the Rings in French and what they did? Is there anything else that anyone wants to cover for the night, or should we fast forward?
I don't have anything else.
I'm gonna roll a Constitution save to see, or Constitution
To see if you make it through all 3 Lord of the Rings.
In French?
Oh, that's a good point, yeah.
2005?
I don't remember.
I think the third one comes out that year.
Yeah, so at least the first 2.
But would they be playing back to back on French pay-per-view?
Well, Constitution check to see if she stays awake through the whole movie or not.
God, The Two Towers was 2002.
Okay, both of those movies.
Wait, hang on, all 3 of them might have been out. Hang on.
Yeah, Return of the King was 2003.
Wow.
Well, okay.
By 2005, you could have extended versions if you want to go crazy.
Maybe. Okay, we don't want to go that crazy. All right, Constitution check. Did it make it through all 3 movies?
Yeah, I did watch all 3.
Oh no, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
We're just rolling great tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not fighting trolls this week, or you'd be dead. Yeah. So Penelope, you soldier on for a little bit, and about the time that Gandalf says "Fly, you fools," you're starting to fade out. Give me an intelligence check as you're fading away.
Oh, I apparently grabbed my entire character sheet instead of the dice to roll the intelligence check.
Good job.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it. You pass out.
I passed out.
Okay, so it has now become morning.
One more additional roll. Oh, she so fucking snores.
All right. Wow, you lot have really rolled terribly. It's amazing. Okay, yeah. Because remember, everyone, a 2 for Penelope is the lowest thing she can roll.
Unless I've given my luck to
Unless you're
somebody
helping
else.
someone else who's having misfortune, yeah. Okay, so, Penelope, you are awakened by a knocking at the door.
Who's there?
Are you saying that, like, across the room?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just hear knocking continue.
Okay, I get up, I guess.
All right.
I'm gonna roll this in the.
Alright. I'll go into the door.
Okay. Seeing as you can't look through the little peephole thing, are you just gonna open it?
I'm gonna look around for a chair or something.
Okay.
And step onto.
Yeah, you can do that easily.
Okay, yeah. I step onto the chair to look through the peephole.
Okay, looking through the peephole, you can see the middle of the torso of a very tall Goliath.
Oh. Which Goliath?
The one you left at the bar.
Oh no! I hopped down and opened the door. Good morning.
Hello, friend.
Did
Oh
you
boy.
come for the sleepover?
That was the sleepover?
Yeah?
Oh, that sounds like good fun. But no, I just wanted to see if you had things that you needed me to carry, but also now I'm sloshed.
Oh no. Wait, what time is it?
Late.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna look out the window. Is it dark outside?
It's still dark outside.
Oh.
You can hear French Lord of the Rings going on in the background. So you're at least within the span of the consecutive Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh no, I fell asleep during the movie. Fuck. I mean, I don't have anything that needs to go, but are you safe to go with all that drink? Sorry, I'm very sleepy. Words are hard when I'm sleepy.
Also, I think Anise would have told Penelope what she was planning on sending.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean just.
Yeah, the only thing, Anise wanted to send the mirrors back. Oh, goodness.
I should probably not carry mirrors right now.
No.
Is okay if I lean here? Gestures at, like, the side of the door.
No, don't lean on the side of the door. If you want, do you need to sleep? That was a stupid question. I mean, Anise isn't using her bed, so if you need to sleep it off, you could probably just sit there.
Let's give him a roll. All right, he's the one who had the crappy stats.
Oh no.
He rolled so big on the height chart and the HP chart, but his actual ability scores are not great.
Who is this? Keg Tapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His stat distribution was not ideal. But he rolls well, so you know what? Good for him.
Yay.
That sounds like good idea. I will get a rest and then when wake up, tell fun stories and then take whatever need take.
Yep, yep.
Is this one? And he points at the correct room.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Thank you very much, kind, friendly lady.
You're welcome. Sleep
And
it off.
he walks in, and then you actually see him lean forward over the bed and shift into lying on the bed like at a right angle, and then see his legs start to lift up behind him, and somehow he shimmies most of the way across the bed horizontal. His feet are sticking off the end of it still, but he seems to have found his way to the pillow.
Oh, good.
He is out.
Oh. Were Johnny and Vivi still awake?
No, they're asleep. Your confirmation that Vivi sleeps like a normal person is not really necessary because you've interacted with her plenty of times. You've now got confirmation that Johnny also does sleep, even though you've never seen it happen before. So, like, Vivi is cuddled up comfortably in the pillow fort, like about like you would expect.
Yeah.
Like just a more normal, like cuddled up, comfy, whatever. Johnny inside of the pillow fort is sort of leaning over near where you fell asleep, like she was watching you and then fell asleep while watching you watch the movie. But she's out.
Ugh.
Apparently both of them slept through the knocking on the door.
All right, I'm going back to bed. And she's just gonna like curl up back where she woke up from. I assumed she was sitting between Vivi and Johnny.
Yeah. Okay, so as you're lying down, you can hear the credits playing on the two towers.
I turn off the TV.
Okay.
And then I go to sleep.
All right, you successfully go to sleep.
And then...
So that 16 I rolled earlier is for Anise actually waking up at a decent time.
It looks like she will.
Yay!
Huzzah. I will fast forward the endgame clock. I left it where it was to be purposely ambiguous. Whoosh. It is now Saturday morning.
Anise wakes up earlier than normal, feeling refreshed.
Yeah.
She's just like, I'm sorry, Penelope. I couldn't not be
As you recall, the last time that you stayed over with Derek, he tried to make breakfast and he didn't do the best job. He's made the same breakfast as before, but did a better job. So.
Cool.
It seems like he learned from you eating what his butler provided. And apparently put not more effort into doing it this time because he put a lot in the first time, but like he's got more practice now. Which is weird because it's only been like a day and a half, but here we are.
Anise will accept the breakfast.
Wow, you got up a lot easier this time. Sorry, was that rude? I'm really impressed.
No. I'm aware that I'm hard to wake up sometimes.
I'm not really capable of sleeping past sunrise. It's just a weird thing. Like honestly, like you know this. You've got at least an elf in your family. That thing where they trance is weird, right?
Bit, yeah. And like, I have younger siblings, and they've tried to explain it to me, and I've tried to explain sleeping to them, and it's just weird.
Yeah, they I remember, like, they told me that, like, I've got family members who just don't sleep. And I'm like, but it's fun. Like,
It is.
it's nice. It's refreshing. Like, I do meditation and stuff too, but it's not the same thing. I don't really get it.
I don't really either. Sleeping is nice.
Also, have you ever like talked to like normal elves who don't interact with half elves or humans, and you tell them that you just lose consciousness once a day? They're terrified.
Yeah.
Which I guess, you know, it is kind of scary if you don't do it.
I'm the only half elf in my immediate family, and yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, they also look at you like you're just going to kill over and die. Like, you know, we don't still last hundreds of years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be weird when I'm older than my siblings, but I don't know.
Like, you're a druid. You'll last a while, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You might outlast them yet.
Well, I don't know. At least one of them is going to outlive everyone. She's also a druid.
No, that feels like cheating.
Still very young, though. Anyway, this breakfast is pretty good. I'll have to cook for you next time. I make a pretty good meal. I think so.
I look forward to it. Do you need to call your friend or anything?
I'll just kind of send a text to be like, what's the plan? Wait, are you awake yet? What's the plan? Because, like, it's probably like 9 in the morning, but Anise is like, this is earlier than I'm usually up.
Not awake yet.
Beautiful.
Well, she knows. She has a phone. She knows where to find me. I don't think we had any specific plans. Shopping, well, if Johnny and Vivi are both coming, shopping could take a while.
Yeah, like, what are you trying to find? Just new clothes, like you mentioned, but
yeah, mainly I just want a new something to replace my outfit that got ruined yesterday. You know, France is pretty well known for the fashion, so while I'm here, I might as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got something good. Like, I've never really been able to follow fashion in the first place, but I think Paris is a weird one because they've got like the super fashion, right? Like the weird stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I dress like I'm a decade behind anyway, and I'm not about to stop now, so.
I mean, you know, that's totally fair. Like, I remember I watched this documentary a few years ago, Zoolander, and it wasn't in Paris, but it gave me an idea of what fashion is like.
Zoolander.
Yeah, the main guy in that kind of talks like me, so I thought maybe I would be able to work with it. He's a little slow, though. I mean, you know.
Are you okay? But yeah, I don't know if there are any specific plans. I can only imagine how chaotic going shopping with Penelope and Johnny and Vivi is going to be. I'm sure at some point we'll wander into a bookstore or a magic place or souvenir shop, something like that.
That does sound about right.
You're welcome to tag along if you want, but I understand if you don't want to.
I think I'm gonna go check in with the Richard guy to see if they track down those stragglers from last night. But
yes,
don't leave the town without me, because
I won't.
It sort of sits ill with me that some of them got away.
Yeah, I'm particularly interested in knowing if they caught the guy that turned into a cow.
I'll see what I can find out about that.
I've got a little bit of a soft spot for him. I'll still beat his ass if I see him again, but
he's one of those guys from the alley, right? Like, I didn't get a good look at him before.
He's the one I picked up and threw at the other guy.
Oh, I'm gonna remember that forever. Okay, yeah, I'll keep an eye out. The other guy was there. I saw him disappear, though. So maybe both of them are around somewhere. But yeah, if I find out where they are, I'll let you know, and we can go use them to hurt each other again.
20-year-old. Okay.
Is that what's messing with you?
No, I went on a whole journey over here. It's probably for the best that you couldn't see.
Fair
the
enough.
journey that was going on.
She was just fully face planted in the couch laughing.
I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
Oh, Zoolander.
I might have screamed into the couch a little bit.
I mean, in all fairness, that movie is vastly better than it has any right to be.
It really is.
I never saw the sequel, but the original was amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, there is a sequel.
and the gasoline fight.
I mean, the gasoline fight is one of the best scenes in cinema. It's just so pretty. But it is also about Derek's understanding of high fashion.
Called it a documentary.
Definitely. Okay, if I don't stop myself now, I will quote that entire movie
It's a really quotable movie. I understand.
front to back. And we don't want that.
We'll save it for another time.
Anise has a lovely, passable breakfast.
You did it. Yep. Anna says a passable breakfast. Penelope eventually wakes up. Penelope wakes up when she feels herself being poked.
Good morning.
So when you open your eyes, you can see Vivi holding Anis's staff, poking you from like 5 feet away.
So that means that the load-bearing staff has been removed, and therefore the blanket fort has collapsed.
Oh, it collapsed a while ago, yeah. It didn't survive the second night, like the second phase of the night when Johnny woke up and promptly stood up, and it collapsed on top of her.
Good morning, Anise. You're very Vivi shaped.
I do what I can. Do you normally wake up with Anise?
No?
Okay.
She usually sleeps in a different room.
Yeah, there's a Goliath in there.
Yeah! Yeah, oh, yeah, that happened. Yeah. He was supposed to take some stuff to the docks down. Oh, goodness, sorry. Oof. I just apparently can't wake up this morning.
Well, that's side effect of slumber parties.
It's true. I didn't realize we fell asleep during the first movie.
It was longer than I remember it being.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, no, our buddy in there, Keg Tapper, he came upstairs to collect the stuff to take to the boats. But he was very drunk, and so I told him he needed to sleep it off.
Oh yeah, he got up a little bit ago.
Okay. Is Johnny still asleep?
Johnny is not asleep, but Johnny is kind of awkwardly standing a little bit to the side, and one of the pillows / blanket things is hanging off of her horn from where she'd stood up before, so she kind of looks like a half ghost.
Johnny, you have a decoration.
I'm aware.
Okay. But you actually slept. I'm proud of you.
I sleep all the time.
I didn't see you fall asleep yesterday.
Well, I mean, I got up before you did, but...
Yeah.
Are you okay? Do
Huh?
you need some coffee or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'll take care of that. Jameson, get her some coffee.
Good job, baby, using your powers for good.
Do what I can. But as it turns out, Jameson is actually standing there with coffee already.
Oh my god, Jameson, you're magic.
I'll do what I can.
You're a coffee mage now. Congratulations.
Is that a thing? I don't know when you're making fun of me or not.
It's real now. I just made it real. I have that ability. He just takes the cup of coffee and just completely starts draining the cup.
Okay. It is thankfully not at a super scalding temperature. Jameson is not going to McDonald you.
Oh, good. But yeah, so after her cup of coffee, she is far perkier.
What is your texting tone?
I don't know.
Is it like a default one, or did you do a custom one?
Just a default one, but like
Okay.
a cutesy one.
Your phone kept making a cute noise.
Oh, okay. I checked the phone. Oh shit, Anna's texting me.
Are you awake yet? What's the plan?
How long ago was that sent?
About 20 minutes ago.
Oh. Just woke up. Slept in. You missed all of the Lord of the Rings.
A few more minutes go by, and then you get a response like, "Oh darn," with a frowny face, and then wait in French.
Oui. She just calls Anise at this point. Ring.
You have
Ring.
signal.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Finally, Anise picks up. Yes, hello, hi, sorry, I was busy.
She hangs up the phone.
Not. She calls back. Not being nasty.
Anyway, I'm awake now.
I'm proud of you. I woke up before you. It's very weird.
Yeah, I know. I woke up and I thought you had turned into like shape. And because I woke up and she had your staff poking your face with it.
I'm glad that my staff was so helpful.
I mean, it was a load-bearing staff until Johnny stood up and then took down the entire fort with her horns. Part of the fort is still stuck to her horns.
Oh,
It is what it is.
I missed that in French Lord of the Rings. Oh no. How terrible.
You also missed Kick Tapper sleeping in your bed.
I mean, I wasn't using it.
I'm just catching you up on what all you missed.
Oh, alright.
But yeah, so we're gonna go clothes shopping. And I also want to go and find a place to either trade or sell some of this magic stuff that I don't want anymore. Do you? Oh, actually, yeah, before I get rid of them, so I'm gonna try and get rid of the scroll of comprehend languages and the scroll of knock.
Huh.
And the wand of magic protection. Do you want any of those?
I mean, if you can get a good price for them, go for it, but they certainly seem like they'd be helpful. I can't comprehend languages or knock.
And I can do one of those things, but not the other, but I don't need to hang.
I have a bag of holding. And they're just paper. We'll see. If you can get a good price for them, do that. Otherwise, I'll take them off your hands.
Cool. So yeah, do you want to meet downstairs?
I mean, I kind of need to change into not pajamas.
Oh right. Then yeah, just come meet us in the room, and then we'll go from.
Sounds like a plan.
Cool. Derek coming along?
Is Derek coming along?
I mean, he told you that he was gonna go try to find the loose ends on the runaway harvesters.
Right. I think he's gonna follow up on the harvesters situation from yesterday, so no.
Probably for the best. I don't want to try and pick out an outfit for him too. I'm not quite as good with guys' fashion. And I'm not sure what kind of fashion Derek likes anyway.
Bet we could put him in something, you know.
We'll find him a cute scarf.
Sure, yes.
Alright, cool. See you down here.
Alright.
Hang up. That, apparently me punching my hand is me hanging up.
She destroys her phone.
Reaches into the bag that is being held nearby by Jameson and pulls out another phone.
What was that crunching noise?
Fine, I've got another one. Ugh. Alright.
Anise will say her goodbyes to Derek and head downstairs.
You get a long hug, and then you are good to go.
A long hug, eh?
Not the nasty kind of hug. Although I think the reason that it took her so long to pick up is because they were totally making out to pass the time. But
you know, as you do at 9 in the morning.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, when Anise gets to the room, Keg Tapper is no longer passed out on her bed, but there is an indentation where an incredibly heavy being was there for a night.
Well, I guess I just can't sleep in my bed for the rest of the time we're
You
here
can
in
sleep
France.
in my bed.
What a problem I have.
You can sleep in my bed.
I'm gonna change into clothing that isn't pajamas and doesn't have holes in it.
Okay, well...
And isn't destroyed from when I got beefy.
You're having a lot of problems with clothes.
One set... I'm gonna ignore that. I have one outfit left that I'm going to wear.
Are you putting on your party outfit?
Oh, other than that.
Okay.
And then I assume Penelope and the others get dressed.
Yeah.
Or have already gotten dressed by the time.
You can get dressed, and you can, we're going to fast forward through the people who want to take showers, take showers. Johnny's makeup is reapplied, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's assumed that you're getting ready for the day.
How's her makeup looking today?
Let's see how well she does in her own attempt first, and then we'll see if she needs help. Okay, she does a better job than she did before, so she's making progress, but she's not quite up to the level of when you applied it for her. She's still kind of covering up most of the freckle elements. Like, you tried to show her ways to let more of her actual appearance through, but it's still kind of rudimentary, but no one's going to think that she's a tiefling.
I'm going to go over and help her refine it a little more.
Okay. You don't have to roll for that. Yeah.
Roll for makeup application.
It's all good. So yeah, you help her with it. You tweak it a little bit. She thanks you. Are you gonna do like the flower crown thing with the horns again, or you want to do something else?
No. This time I'm gonna style her hair so that it covers the horns.
Okay.
So like in two cute little buns.
Yep, you can absolutely do that. She has enough hair for it.
Yeah.
Right, you have concealed it within the buns.
Yay!
Hurrah! Meanwhile, Vivi is going to put on her Hither Saxcoat outfit for this one. You said you were going to go shopping for magic stuff, right?
Yeah.
This will probably be the better outfit for that then.
Cool.
Like, I don't know too many places around here, but I know there's a magic shop over a cafe that I think you told me about. And
that one.
When I teleported in, they had this weird, like, it was kind of like a duty-free shop in an airport. So it was more of a trade place. The woman who worked there was really perky. It was kind of strange, but they've got some things made from the Mages Association, so you might find something you like there. At the very least, I can show you where the teleport circle is.
Ooh, yeah, let's check that out.
She was trying to sell me on the spring fashions. So, at the very least, they've got something that resembles clothes.
Hey. Cool.
It's like that kind of like aggressively perky thing, like people in malls or something.
Oh no. That's a little terrifying.
A little bit, but seemed helpful. I didn't really look over her stuff because I wasn't looking to trade anything, but it's something.
Yeah. And I've got stuff to trade, so.
That's usually what they want. All right. So, shall we head out?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the plan.
So, is everybody, just to make sure, item-wise, I know some of you are keeping things in the safe. Have you migrated whatever you're taking with you to come with you? Actually, no. First of all, what are you sending away with Keg Tapper, since he's not going to wait around for you to go shopping?
I think just the mirrors for me.
Yeah, and I didn't have anything I was gonna send.
Okay. So that was your opportunity to do that. You have the mirrors.
Oh wait, hold on. Shit, we've got all the stuff in the party sheet.
Do you have that much stuff in the party sheet still?
There's the bust of Hermes.
Oh, that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And then if we're not carrying the bag of holding anymore.
Oh, there was like bedroll, which was in the bag of holding. Which I would have given back.
Which you would have given back, yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna send the bust of Hermes with him.
We're holding on to the kimono, right?
Yeah, because I want to hand that off to Kwaku in person.
There's a lot of stuff on the party inventory.
Yeah. I love how we still have an automatic rifle and some bullets.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's the stuff from the castle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, from when you're going in through Kirtsugu's stuff. Duffel bag with various currencies. Good times.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna send the bust of Hermes to the castle.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can just write for the location on that stuff.
Castle?
You just put castle. Like, we'll assume that it's on its way there.
I'm gonna drag it out of the party then. Yeah. And then I can label it.
That's a spirit. I just have fun looking over the inventory and seeing Blackberry, French dictionary, golden fiddle, iron rod, kazoo, microphone, short sword. The fun of Penelope.
I'm gonna play the kazoo for 5 hours. Fine.
Cleansing stone, clock tower garden stone, disguise kit, Eiffel Tower fragment, fancy opera hat, model of Eiffel Tower, official cowgirl hat, postcards.
I will change hotel to suitcase now.
That's fair.
Oh no, that's
Yeah, now you've got to type suitcase in all those hotel things.
That didn't work the way I thought it would.
Yeah. Once you type it once, it'll auto-fill in suitcase when you just type an S in the other ones, I think. I will close out of your character sheet so it doesn't have to refresh that in real time. But yeah, I just wanted to remind you that, this was your chance to migrate some stuff. So you did. Cool.
Hooray.
So you're going to let Vivi lead you, or do you want to go shopping for normal clothes first?
Let's go shopping for normal clothes first.
Okay. So when you were shopping before, you went to a few different places to get the stuff you needed for the party clothes.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got a good idea of the lay of the immediate land when it comes to clothing. Like, is there any particular kind of thing that you're looking for anyone here, or is this just more of a general fun time shopping adventure?
More of a general fun time shopping. I definitely want to help Anise find an outfit. like just cute clothes.
Okay. Yeah, you can do investigation for that to go shopping in the area.
Roll investigation. Ah. Oh no. It's a 12.
I mean, yeah, you can find some pretty nice fashion stuff. I mean, like, the thing is, you're in Paris, you're shopping, they don't make that hard. You can find clothes in Paris. If you're looking for something in particular or specific things, you might not find exactly what you're looking for. But if you're just looking for in the ballpark of cute, you can find a cute outfit.
Okay.
I have a feeling you had something in mind for what your new outfits would be. So if you'd like to describe something like that, you can. I don't want to just start articulating a thing when you actually have something in mind.
I'm not gonna say anything just yet, mostly because I don't 100% know.
Okay. We'll say that you successfully find cute clothing then. Does that work? Like, are you aiming for, like, cute as in the, like, you know, cute thing that you wear around the city, or cute as in, like, comfortable and functional but stylish?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, like, I acknowledge that you, like, leave cities sometimes, and some clothes are really, really nice, but won't withstand trekking through the snow to a castle so well. So
Yeah. Penelope's gonna look for something a little more functional than what she's typically been wearing. Mostly just to give herself a little variety.
Okay.
And because she's been going about through like the woods and stuff recently, so she's like, maybe I need some less shiny clothing.
Uh-huh.
Not too less.
Shiny and functional.
Shiny and functional.
There you go. Yeah, like, you're not gonna have too much trouble finding clothes, especially, like, it's spring, as noted. It's springtime in Paris. Like, all the cliches ring true. People are buying lots of pretty stuff. Things are fancy. You're not gonna have too much trouble finding most normal clothes. Like, if you wanted to get something really special or customized, you would have to go finding tailors. But just for nice, you know, off the rack equivalents, yeah, not a problem.
Cool.
What are you looking for Johnny?
I want to find her a new hat.
Okay.
Something that'll help her blend in a little better in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of stands out right now in her very American look.
Yeah, so we'll find a cute outfit for Johnny, and then in a new hat.
Okay, so that would be a separate investigation because the hats are probably going to be a different place from the stuff that you were just looking for Anise.
Cool. Oh no.
Anise will also look because she's also picking up a hat.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so Penelope has a little bit of trouble in her general hat hunting. Penelope isn't as big on hats, right?
Right.
So she's like, I guess I could get her a sombrero. That would hide it. But that's out of place. No, we're not doing that.
She reaches for the sombrero, and Anna sees it and just takes her hand and pulls it gently down and goes, I'll do it.
Oh, but
No, a sombrero would make us stick out even more.
You know, that is a fair point. I'll leave it to you since you know about hats, I guess.
I know a thing or two about hats.
Yeah.
And it turns out Anise really does know a thing or two about hats. Because Anise finds an actual hat shop. It's kind of a cute and kitschy hat shop. You can tell from the imagery going around it that they've kind of got an Alice in Wonderland motif running. So, like, the ones that you see on the outside are a little exaggerated, like Mad Hatter hats. But on the inside, it's actually some really nice stuff. They're stylish, they're cute, that they're trendy hats. But they also tend to be a bit more exaggerated in their height, but in flattering ways. So, like, you could actually fit her horns under it and it not look too out of place. Like, she might look a little out of place with it if she doesn't carry it with confidence, but the hats themselves would be positive attention versus something weirdly sitting on top of her head that would probably not be tall enough. Like, if you're going to go that high up, you have to get some focus with it. Otherwise, you just look like a weird, like, top hat capitalist or something. But yeah, you can find a few options that look cute. There's also a few of them that, rather than being strictly, like, you know, tall and trendy like that, they're more subtle. They rest a little lower on the head, but they happen to be contorted in, like, a non-uniform way that you can find one that lines up pretty well with her horns. Again, because, like, as you can see in the art, they don't go straight up. Like, they just sort of curve back a little bit, and there are ways that you can wear a hat over it, almost like it's a glorified, I wish I knew more about real hat terminology to describe this. Let me very quickly have the internet tell me what the word for this is.
Like a slouchy hat, maybe?
Oh god, I put in words and they just turned into store names. You can do better. So, like, summer hats, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Like, the nice beach summery hats that go with a little bit of a brim around them. They poke up in the middle slightly. And you can put, like, scarves or things like that around them. I do not know words for this.
Like a sun hat?
It's like a sun hat, yeah. But a little fancy. Oh, look. There's an actual article that says types of hats. Thank you, the internet. You are providing for me. Oh god, these are awful. Maybe.
Well, we'll go with sun.
Yeah, sun hat's fine. It's cute. Both of you would know better than I would what the actual terminology is for this. If she ever gets a hat picture, then everyone else can see it. Otherwise, just assume it is nice and flattering for her head because Anise rolled really well and knows what she's doing.
You get her a cute matching sundress and maybe like a cardigan.
Oh, yeah.
It's still chilly sometimes. Being spring.
Yeah. Oh.
According to the internet, what I'm thinking of is a derby hat.
Derby hat.
Which I've never heard as a term.
Yeah, me either.
Let me post a picture for us, at least. Apparently that's what a derby hat is.
I've never heard it called a derby hat.
I haven't either.
I hear derby hat, I think of the male version.
Right.
But yeah, that would look cute on her.
So, for the benefits of the internet, I will paste it into Paint, because I am a genius, and drag it onto screen. Behold, this is the hat description that I'm using. Enjoy that, people on YouTube in the future. Yeah, I did it. I got there. I've never heard that called a derby hat, but I don't know what else it's called. This article calls it that. You know what I mean now. So it's a nice, trendy hat like that. But also what you were describing before with sun hats, perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
You have a variety of options. You found several cute outfits for Johnny and Sue. She is just sort of watching all of this play out around her because she doesn't really know what to do. Like, she's just had that straw hat because it was big enough, but not very flattering. So now she's seeing, like, oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. And she's sort of sitting still as you're putting things on her, and she's trying on different stuff, and she's just sort of going through confused girl in clueless makeover.
Oh, Johnny, you look so cute.
Thank you. I feel French. Well, you look good. Thank you. And through the magic of being mages, you can easily afford all of these things.
Hooray.
You did it.
Yay.
So yeah, and we can, in the interest of like hand waving things a little bit, you can come up with some outfits that you want. You can buy a few things if you so desire. We can retcon in later that, when you decide on a given look for a day, you've got it here because you have plenty of time. And you're also at the point now where you have access to bag of holding / equivalents and can literally just carry more clothes with you all the time.
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
fair.
So, the things we would like to do with real bag of holding. Just lug crap around with you all the time.
We're going to look for wigs for our clock tower disguises.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You can go wig hunting. What kind of hair do you want to have?
So I was going to try and, do a disguise that kind of matches Vivi, so she could be, I don't know, her sister.
Okay.
It'd be like, oh yeah, this is Hither Sex Coat sister. What do we...
Yawn.
Yawn. So
Yawn Sex Coat?
Yeah. But yeah, so a little blonde wig of some sort.
Okay.
Alex is going to become a redhead.
Ah.
And it's going to be short.
Cute.
All right, just for the sake of having more... This is what Vivi looks like right now, in case anyone forgot.
Okay.
So, just gonna let all these pictures pile up, because you don't get a map this week.
No map. It's fine.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna look like her taller sister.
Yep.
As is fair. And Anise is gonna be redhead. Johnny is feeling pretty different enough as it is. So.
Yay.
All right, well, we're all fancied up now.
Anise looks for a scarf for Derek and finds nothing.
Oh, that's fair.
Okay.
Admittedly, a lot of these things feel out of place. He seems like comically long yellow scarves.
Yeah.
Wait, would you like to roll that again, or are you going to let it stand?
I'm going to let it stand.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I'm still going to use this roll to find a scarf for Derek.
Oh, no.
But it's going to be I don't know, a rainbow striped scarf.
Like a Doctor Who scarf?
That has, unicorns on it.
Oh, okay. I was half expecting you to show up with, a fourth Doctor scarf and it just being, incredibly all over the place.
No, it is a rainbow scarf with unicorns on it, and it lights up.
Beautiful. You may add that to your inventory if you bought it.
I'm doing it. It's happening. Rainbow scarf.
Beautiful.
With unicorns. I can't spell. Oh no. Okay, now I have a rainbow scarf with unicorn.
Excellent.
Oh my goodness.
Suddenly, official art exists.
Huh?
Suddenly, he will have official art with his unicorn scarf.
It's do you think he'll like this? I think it would look really good on him. And I feel like I've been kind of a jerk to him. So this is my apology.
Don't think he's going to take it as an apology.
A mega apology. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
look, it lights up, and she pushes a button and it starts lighting up.
Probably just be happy to get anything from you.
I think it'll be a great apology. Certainly won't go wrong.
She's gonna look for another scarf. Okay, this time she finds him one that's not yellow. It's a nice muted green or something.
Yeah, you can absolutely find that. And as you're doing this, you start to hear the a very chiptune-y version of the French national anthem playing in the background.
The scarf?
It's coming from the scarf from when you turn on the lights.
Yep, this is a great scarf and it's perfect.
It's certainly going to counteract any amount of stealth
He'll make it work.
Maybe they'll think there's a tourist following them.
Maybe.
I'm
I mean,
just
it's
gonna-
not wrong.
I'm just gonna also get him this scarf.
I mean, he could use multiple scarves. See, now, Anise, I think what is happening here is you really want this scarf. Trying to convince me that Derek won't want it because you want it instead.
Really
And
don't.
if you really want this scarf, you can have it.
I don't.
Are you sure?
I really don't want it.
Are you positive?
I'm
I think it would bring out the color of your eyes.
100% positive.
Are
that
you sure?
It's going to counteract any stealth that I would be able to muster as well.
You're lucky I'm not tall, because otherwise this would already be around your shoulders.
I mean, today would be fine. We're not trying to be stealthy today. It would distract everyone from everything if someone walked into the clock tower. They wouldn't be able to take their eyes off of it, I think. But maybe that's not the way to go there.
Well, he doesn't want this and you don't want it.
I think you're grossly overestimating how much this would stand out in Clock Tower. They wear some weird stuff.
I don't know, Vivi, do you want it?
I think I'm good, but that's mostly because this version of me doesn't really scarf it up.
That's fair. Johnny, do you want the unicorn scarf?
Johnny sort of looks over the current outfit that she's wearing that she's had like no actual say in. I mean, if it goes with the outfit, I don't know.
It does not.
Oh, well. I'll still take it.
Yay! Okay, so she gives Johnny the scarf.
Johnny pushes the button and it lights up and you can hear the music. This is pretty fun.
Well, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad somebody likes it. It's a gift from me to you. Symbolize our very weird friendship.
She wraps it around her neck.
I knew today was going to be something.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to pick up during general shopping?
I'm good.
I'm good, yeah.
Okay. In that case, Vivi is going to take you through the streets of France.
Ooh.
And as you're walking through, like, you know, it's, I'm going to advance the clock a little bit because you've been shopping for a while. Such is the fun of using the clock for a change. Yeah, I'm shopping for a little bit. It's not too late yet, but you're getting a little closer to lunchtime. So you're walking through the streets. She takes you on a bit of a roundabout trip. You're on foot, but eventually you come across an alleyway. And she goes, oh, here it is. And when she does, you can see it's sort of weird. So like the weather today has been pretty sunny altogether. Like the weather's been kind of nice. Like it's a little breezy, but the sun's been out. Not too many clouds in the sky. But as you get closer to this alley, you can feel a little bit of mist coming out of it. You know that you're near the Seine River. And that it feels, as you get closer to it, like there's a bit more vapor coming up off of it at this time of morning. Not quite a fog, but you can sort of see a little bit of it in the air. And as you do, you come up across an alley, and the alley is... All right, so in this picture, it's going to look a little bit lighter, or a little bit darker than it's supposed to, just because of the nature of like when this picture came into existence. But let's share a picture with you. we go. Picture reveal. I demand it.
It's like, no,
Do it.
don't wanna.
Boop. Is it there yet? It's loading. It's
Ah,
thinking.
there it is.
There it is. Yep. So you find this weird alley that has you can see down the end of it that the waterfront is at the other end. But it's not a very wide alleyway at all. Like, it's actually kind of constricting. Like, you haven't seen an alleyway this narrow anywhere else in Paris. This alley is a little bit under 6 feet wide. So, like, realistically, Anise could stand in the middle of it and stick her arms out in each direction and almost touch both walls. Vivi and Penelope could walk through this thing side by side. Johnny would have a bit of a hard time if she were to try to lie down across it. Like, for an alley, this is pretty narrow. But it is an alleyway between doors. And as you're walking up to it, Vivi starts to do her little storytelling voice that Penelope's heard a few times. I don't know how much time you spent in Paris, but have you heard of the Street of the Fishing Cat?
I haven't.
Not at all.
Oh, well, it's this weird urban legend street that's referring to this alley right here. And the story goes that a few hundred years back or so, there was an alchemist who lived along the street. And the alchemist had a cat. And the cat was seen walking down this alley at night and in the morning. And it would walk up to the river and it would just bat fish right out of it. No effort, no problem. Could just walk up, get fish. Super good at catching fish. Like, the locals noticed it, they were impressed, but, you know, it's a cat, whatever. But it would do that and it would take its cat captures back home. But unfortunately, like, the mage who worked here, it was the mage. His name was Domperle, and he was an alchemist, that's true. It was a bit more open at the time. But some local kids decided that he was probably the devil, and that his cat was the devil. So one day they saw his cat getting fish, and so they killed it.
No.
Which is awful. And when they did, he stopped showing up places, and he just went quiet for a while. But it turns out the cat was actually just his familiar, so he resummoned it, but he didn't send it out for a while so that they thought it was gone. And because he didn't want anyone to bother his cat anymore, he made a more proper bounded field on this alley. So now whenever people walk down it, well, you'll see it when we do it, but you're going to feel a bit of anxiety, like it's closing in on you. It's a little claustrophobic. And you're going to feel the need to keep going and never turn around, never look at the sides, just focus ahead of you and keep walking until you get to the water. It's really stressful. But when you know that, it's a little bit easier. So we're going to take a walk down it, and we're not going to go to the end. We're going to pause a little bit through, and I'm going to show you the door. And this is how we get into his old workshop, which the association now uses as a bit of a midway point for teleporting in and out of Paris. And, of course, the shop thing that I mentioned before.
Okay, cool.
But I have to tell you all of this now, because if you know about it, it's easier. Otherwise, it'll do its job, and you'll just get really uncomfortable as you walk down it. So,
Got it.
let's get walking.
Ooh.
And with that, you start to make your way down. And as you're about halfway down the alley, you see a picture up on the wall. And like you can see from the picture I have on here, it is a silhouette of a man with a hat holding an umbrella over a cat that is currently fishing. As you walk past it, give me a perception check from both of you. Okay. So as you're walking around, Anise, you're feeling a little bit of discomfort from the silhouette of the guy. Like, the cat is just sitting there being cute, fishing with its little pole, and, you know, the umbrella is nice and red and whatnot. But something about the guy just sits a little weird with you. You're not really sure what. Penelope, when you go by, you notice that it, on first glance, it looks like the picture, like all of the black, the cat, the dude, that it's just painted black on the stone. But when you see a little bit closer on it, because again, normally people walking down this way don't actually turn and look closer. They're psychologically pushed forward, but because you know about it, you can. You notice that there's actually an indention where this is. Like, it's recessed on itself slightly, so that the black feels like you're staring into something deeper than it is. It's a bit of an optical illusion. It's kind of like staring into a hole and not knowing where the bottom of it is. And it's a really uncomfortable feeling to do, because, like, you know that this thing is probably shallow and is just painted. But between the weird effects of the bounded field that you can feel that you're in and this weird paint element, you kind of get the feeling that if you were to lean too close to it, you'd fall into it.
Ooh.
It's really discomforting. You don't feel like you're going to, but you feel like you don't want to get too close to it. And likewise, that red umbrella, it's, you know, it's cute at first, but as you look closer to it, it again feels like a false depth. Like, the whole thing just feels wrong. Like, all of the painted on elements feel like they're almost on a different plane than the surface that's supporting them. It's just all very unnatural. But Vivi keeps walking you past it.
Vivi, is there anything we should know about this painting?
Oh, I think that's just part of the effect of the field. I think the idea is that putting creepy stuff like that up really reinforces the psychology of not wanting to stop and stay somewhere too long. There's nothing to it. Like, I don't think it's real. It's not going to, like, jump out and get you or anything.
Okay.
I think it's just part of the approach that the alchemist took.
Gotcha.
It's that weird thing where it's really cute, and then you look at it and it's disturbing. But if you can't actually look at it, then it just creeps in your subconscious.
Yeah, it's... Oof. I don't like looking.
It's probably a good idea. Anyway, this is the part that I wanted to show you. And she walks up to some blocks that are on the side, and since you can look at them, you can see that there's slightly different coloring to them versus the rest of the alley. It's about 2/3 of the way down. And she puts a hand on the side of one of them, and she sort of twists her hand a little bit, and you can see the block recede very slightly. You hear a clicking noise, and then that whole set of stones rotates on an invisible hinge. And when it does, you can see a stairway on the other side.
Huh.
Here we go.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing how the most effective bounded fields are often just the ones that make people uncomfortable rather than anything big and powerful.
Yeah.
And when you know about them, it's a little bit easier to just sort of ignore it. But anyway, we can head down now. As I'm sure all of you noticed yesterday, there's all kinds of stuff under Paris. It's not just abandoned subways.
Abandoned subways, workshops, stuff.
I mean, if you ever want something really weird, you can actually take a tour of the catacombs.
I've heard those are haunted.
Oh, they totally are.
Oh, cool.
I mean, they built the walls out of skeletons, so you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be surprised if they weren't haunted.
Mega haunt.
I'm sure necromancers have a lot of fun with it. In fact, if it's not a necromancer's workshop, I'd be legitimately surprised.
I wonder if Crosby's been down.
Oh, probably. It sounds like his kind of thing.
Yeah.
He'd probably go over there and then do like puppet shows or something.
Yeah, probably.
That seems like his thing. But yeah, so now that you know how to get down here, you shouldn't have any trouble finding your way back. Like, once you've gone inside, the weird bounded field effect stops affecting you. So you should be good now.
Cool. Alright.
Yep,
Going down the stairs.
she walks you down the stairs.
Woo!
So once you get down the stairs, you find a bit more of an open area inside it. Like, yeah, the walls are pretty plain and concrete looking.
Mm-hmm.
But once you're, I don't know, like maybe 40 or 50 feet down, it opens up into an area that it's kind of like if you've ever been to an airport during off hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not filled with people. There's not a lot of back and forth, but there are a few requisite shop type things that are mostly closed. Like, you get the impression that if a bunch of mages are moving through at a time, they might schedule an opening.
Yeah.
But for right now, you're there at, 11 in the morning on a Saturday. So even mage traffic is pretty low right now. You can see at the center of this area, there's a big, it's a circle that's indented into the floor. Like, while a lot of the other stuff around here is like concrete, this is made of metal. There's a lot of inlaid elements to it. It's like metal and stone, like lots of stones to fill it in. So you could probably walk on it without much effort, but the actual sigil itself, because it is a sigil, it's like a big magic circle, is made of metal. And the whole alchemist thing sort of clicks on this. Like, it's complicated. Like, you don't really know what exactly it does, but from context, it's fair to assume that this is the focal point for a teleportation circle.
Cool.
That was set up in the middle. Like, no one's standing there guarding it or anything. It's just up. In fact, the only person that you can see down here at the moment is it's like a kiosk like you would find in an airport or a mall that's just nearby. And there's a woman. She looks like a maybe early 20-something.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting there. She's got blonde hair. She looks kind of bored out of her mind, fidgeting with a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Until she notices the bunch of you walking in. Because, you're not the most quiet people, especially since one of you keeps pushing a button that plays the national anthem of France. She seems to be having fun with that. But yeah, the lot of you are walking in, and she perks up, and you can see her instantly shift from bored out of her mind in the dead shift to customer service face. Like, instantly. It's like a complete night and day switch.
Can we pause for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay. Blam. Is Anise enjoying her trip under Paris? Ooh, everyone's wandered away.
Okay.
All right. Everybody back?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the woman at the kiosk shifts into full customer service mode when she sees the lot of you walking up. She seems to recognize Hither Saxcoat because she's addressing her first, even though she's arguably the shortest and least imposing of the lot of you. Oh, hi, welcome back. I see you brought friends. Great, everyone, welcome. Hi, my name is Pepper. I'm here to help you. I've got plenty of great things. We've got the spring collection. It's just come in. We've got a lot of amazing things for travelers, for people interested. Like, I don't know if you're going to Clock Tower, if you're heading out to another place, but we would absolutely love to help you accessorize on the next step of your journey.
Hi, Pepper.
Hello. It's very nice to meet you.
Hey. Do you do trades by any chance?
Of course we do. We're a trade-based business. Our inventory's always changing out because we're trading things from one person to the next.
Cool. I have stuff.
Oh, good. Well, let me see if we've got something that you like, and then we can negotiate.
Okay, cool.
So what kind of things are you looking for?
I want to look for something that would help somebody not quite doing so well with their magic at the moment. And she's like trying not to look at Johnny, but she's definitely looking at Johnny.
I think I know just what you're talking about. So sometimes at the end of the day, when you've been magecrafting it up the whole time, your circuits are tired and you want something to take over for you.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. What kind of thing are you looking for? Are you looking to, for self-defense? Are you looking for something to just entertain at parties? Like, what have you got on your mind? Are you looking for hobbies?
Like a self-defense kind of situation.
Oh,
Although
sure.
now that you're talking about entertaining at parties, I want to see what you have for that too. But
Oh, well, right now, we've kind of got a deal. So, like, as mentioned, we're a trade-based company, so we have exceptions all around. But for spring, we've got a lot of things in our springtime collection. So, a lot of the things that we have right now revolve around that theme. And a lot of it is, of course, about amazing spring fashion. So, in terms of self-defense, or offense, depending, you never know for a mage on the go, we've got this thing right here. Take a look. And she's going to show you. Let's see. All right, so check out the circlet. You can wear it on your forehead. It's really flashy. I know it takes a lot of attention, and you're also beautiful, so you might not want to have to compete with it. But the important thing to know is this is functional. You pop it on your head, and you can use it once a day to stare down someone who's giving you the bad look, and it will shoot fire at them.
Okay. Interesting.
They least suspect it. And then everyone will be looking right at you because you're the one who made fire pop out of your head. It's a win-win.
Yeah. Nice. Let me see what else you have. Maybe something a little more subtle, a little more.
Well, if you want subtle, you might be more interested in the variety of clothing options that we have today. Like, we've got a lot going on when it comes to helping people blend into different environments. See what makes you feel right.
Yeah.
So for starters, we've got these new items. There's some people in Clock Tower that have been working on this in the Clock Tower fashion department. They're interesting. So you know how sometimes you show up at a party and someone else is wearing the same thing you're wearing? It's horrible. I know. I mean, you probably don't run into this problem because you have such amazing taste that no one can compete with it. But sometimes a poser's going to be out there and they're going to try to look like you. So you need to change your clothes in a jiffy. So what do? Well, we've got this entire line of things. They're called shift weave clothes. And the way that they work is, imagine laying out clothes on your bed and then laying another thing on top of it, like, when you have someone else to do your laundry, because we all have those people. And it will actually take the clothes that you put on top of it and absorb them in. And then with just a word while you're wearing it, it'll change to those outfits. You can put up to 5 of them in these things. You could just have 5 clothes on you all the time and just swap them at the drop of a word.
Huh.
We've got a variety of options. You can get these in like normal everyday clothes if you're trying to blend in with the common folk. You can have some, nice traveling outfits if you want to have something for the cold environments or the hot ones or the dry ones and the wet ones. We've got all kinds of flexibility there. You can get it in a cloak if you want to be mysterious. You can get it in a cape if you want to be dashing. Got all sorts of options. And the best thing is, it stores up to 5 outfits. So you can always eject one and swap it out for a new one if you want to keep up with the latest in fast fashion.
Okay, I'm interested in that. Do you have anything more in that self-defense category?
Let's see here. Take a look through. Okay, so sometimes when you're walking about on your own, you come up against an absolutely rude person. Like, as you know, right now, we are in France. You know what people do in France? They smoke. A lot. Some people don't like it when they smoke on you. I understand. Personally, I don't want it getting in my pores. It's also kind of gross for your lungs and everything else. So what we have are these cute little fans. They are adorable. And here's one, and she just pulls up this Asian style fan and flaps it out just like that. You see this? Mm-hmm. Well, when you swing this through the air and you say the right word, it will create a gust of wind that will just blow your problems away.
Okay, definitely interested in that.
Good. That's wonderful. Yeah, like I said, it's really nice. You can do it several times. Don't do it too often because it's really strong wind. I can't stress that enough. And so if, you do it too often, eventually you'll wear the fan down. But for the most part, just give it a little bit of time between swings and it'll be good to go.
Okay.
Let's see. And what else do we have that might be interesting for your lot? So you said that you were interested in something a bit more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got something that's a bit pickier for its owner. I don't know, depending on which one of the people in your group is interested in it. It's called a nature's mantle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice item. It's a cloak, similar to the ones that we had before. But it's interesting. You see, when you put it on, it blends in with what's around you. It makes you more subtle. You could wear it, and then you're not a chameleon. You won't disappear. But it's harder for people to notice you. You become more subtle. It's a lot easier to hide if you're wearing it. And if you happen to be, one of the more nature-oriented mages, you can actually use it as a focus for casting your spells, so you don't have to carry around a variety of items. Like, it's very useful. Like, I mean, obviously the heavy-duty stuff you still need, but, it's maybe a little bit more subtle than carrying a giant stick. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Does that sound like something you'd like?
Anise is definitely interested.
It does have the caveat that it's a picky item. It only really wants to work with druids or rangers, if we're being honest. So if that applies to you, and it sounds like you might be just the person for it, then this could definitely be helpful. Would you like to try it on?
Sure.
Okay, you have to give it a moment because it takes a little bit to get used to you, but sure, here you go. And so she pulls out this cloak, and to credit, the colors seem to shift on it. Like down here, it's kind of drab because it's a lot of concrete walls, but it's taking on a lot of the colors around it. It's almost reflective. And so she tosses it around Anise's shoulders, all nice and fancy. Like there's a little hood on it. And like right now, it actually is a little bit harder to see Anise, even though you were just staring at her a second ago. And if you give it enough time to properly attune to your needs, it's much more effective. Now, you can stand around and wait for it, but if you don't want to wait an hour, then I would completely understand if after you've acquired it and you've worn it for a bit, if it doesn't live up to your expectations, you can always bring it back.
Where did Anise go?
Right here.
I can see her.
What?
It actually kind of reminds you a little bit of what Derek's mask does.
Are you wearing Derek's mask?
No.
Are you sure?
And it just takes like a couple steps to the right.
Oh God, where'd she go?
Now, if you're interested in... wrong voice. So many characters. Now, if you're interested in other things that feel a bit more druidy, we have a few of those because it's the springtime collection, like I said.
That's fair.
So, like, I know I just said that, not everyone wants to carry a staff around for casting spells. But if you do, we do have this. And she reaches under the kiosk and she pulls up this really big stick of wood. It's a staff, but poking out of it in a bunch of little places are tiny little, it's almost like a dogwood stick or something. They're little blossoms sticking out around it. And you can see on it that there's about 9 or 10 blossoms sticking out of it. And she goes, now watch this. And she, well, actually, hold on. And so she reaches down behind the kiosk again, and she pulls out like a little pot with some soil in it. She sets it on the ground in front of her. Now watch this. And she pokes it into the soil. And when she does, one of the little blossoms on it burst and little flower petals fall off of it. But when she pulls the stick out of the soil, a flower actually blossoms from where it was. It's a simple one. It's a bit more of a party trick, but it's cute. It grows a flower. It's a real flower. If you have a specific flower in mind, it's very good at growing them, or sometimes likes to surprise you. Like this one right here. She reaches down and she plucks it. It's a daisy. As you can see, it's a real flower. It sticks around. Like, I mean, you can't use it to make an incredibly rare magical flower, but it's a fun thing to do, and it recharges itself every day with sunrise. So if you want to just walk around and poke the ground in a few places to make plants happen, you absolutely can. I don't know if it was meant to be a party flavor or if it's just something that someone wanted the world to be a more colorful place. I personally enjoy it down here in this dark place where it's hard to grow plants, but it's absolutely an option if you're interested.
I am interested. Don't know that I have much to trade, but I am interested.
Let's see, another stuff that we've got for personal safety. Well, we have these, and she reaches under and she pulls out like a tiny little, it's like a button. It's like a little button that you would put on a shirt. It's about the size of like a campaign button, so it's bigger than like a subtle one, but it's maybe like a few inches across. And on it there is a picture of a feather, like a bright white feather against a blue background. This one's pretty basic. If you're wearing one of these and you start falling from any height, it will slow you down a bit. It's nice. It'll sort of pop off when it's done, so I can't really demonstrate it, but mages that tend to fly around really appreciate these because sometimes you get distracted while you're flying and then you fall. And this will just kick in automatically if you fall at least, I don't know, like maybe 15 or 20 feet, and then you'll just sort of float the rest of the way down. Not sure how often you fall, but they can be helpful.
Do you have anything that's more of the bardy voice?
Bardy things? Are there any particular instruments that you prefer? We have a few things, but I know that bards are very particular.
I tend to use a viola. I guess a fiddle now.
So strings?
Yeah.
Let's see. She's thumbing around a bit. So yeah, probably not that. You don't strike me as a bagpipes person. They're pretty big though. Let's see. So no bagpipes. No, probably not that. I don't know that that's something that you would be interested in. Oh my God, so much paper. Hold on. You won't believe how many people have scrolls. It's crazy. Let's see here. Well, if you like strings, I do have this. It's sort of different, and she actually pulls out a lyre. Is this more your speed?
Maybe. What is it? Just what does it do? Anything other than?
Well, it definitely plays music, but my understanding of this one, I've never been able to use it myself because I just don't know how to play music. But the mage that I got it from said that this is what's called a lyre of scribing. It allows you to play some music and say a few words, and it will write those words on something, and those words will just appear in the air and stick to a wall or a person or an object, and they'll glow for a moment so that you could read them, and then they'll just stay there glowing in the darkness for a day. I think they use it to leave messages for each other.
Yeah. Not really my speed.
It's understandable. It feels kind of niche to me, personally, but...
Yeah.
Again, probably more fun for parties. Let's see if I've got anything else that might interest you. No, that's not an instrument. That's probably not your thing. Okay, so maybe you can settle this for me. I've heard that some people think it is, and some people... Do you consider a cowbell an instrument?
Absolutely.
How would you like a cowbell of warning?
Okay, elaborate.
Okay, so the idea is that normally a bell just sits still, right?
Right.
Pretty basic. You could shake it and make noise if you need to.
Right.
But a cowbell of warning doesn't make any noise unless you're in danger.
Ooh.
So if something dangerous is happening around you, like it's not perfect, but there's a chance that if something dangerous is happening, it'll start ringing itself to warn you. It's loud enough to wake you up. So these kinds of things are popular. Like, some people get these things on weapons. Some people put them on clothes. This mage put it on a cowbell. I don't know if it was just their aesthetic or they thought it was funny or what, but suffice it to say, if you're willing to carry around a cowbell, it'll keep you safe.
Maybe.
Roll an Arcana check.
Ugh.
And either one of you can do this, like, because you've probably both heard of things of warning before.
Oh no. I got a 7.
Okay,
Anise is not that interested.
fair enough. Yeah, you feel like there's probably something more to it, but you don't remember what. Vivi kind of leans over to you a little bit. It's kind of a weird thing, but my understanding is that if you have any kind of thing of warning, it makes you react a little bit faster since you don't get snuck up on. If I was going to explain this to you in some strange meta terms that don't make any sense for me to say in universe, but that you might want to know, I would say that it gives you advantage on initiative rolls. But I can't say that.
Thanks, Vivi. You always know what to say.
It's one of my gifts.
So yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Okay, so I know for sure I'm interested in that fan. And the shift we've closed. Maybe this cowbell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty-
in that case, in terms of items, like I said, so the fan and that mantle that I mentioned before fall into the broad classification of uncommon items.
Okay.
So, generally speaking, if you have anything else that is falling into that classification, then we could probably work out a trade. The shift weave clothes, the feather token, the staff, those are all just considered common items. They're pretty much trinkets. If you're interested in the cowbell, that's also an uncommon item. Because really, when else are we going to find a cowbell of warning?
True. Okay, so I have 2 uncommon items to trade and 1 common item. I have the scroll of comprehend languages and nope, hold up. I might have read that wrong. No, yeah, okay. I have the scroll of comprehend languages, a scroll of knock, and a wand of magic protection.
Okay, so making sure I'm keeping track of which ones are which. The scroll of comprehend languages is common, right?
Yeah.
Is the wand the uncommon one?
The wand is the scroll of knock.
Or the uncommon ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, like in terms of haggling here, it's pretty safe for you to assume that the uncommon items you could, with a little bit of persuasion, do like a 1-for-1 trade on for the other uncommon ones. Or you could probably have an uncommon item get several common items because of the way that they scale. So, like, if you were willing to part with a wand of magic detection, for instance, you could probably convince her to trade it for the fan or the mantle or that circlet from before, the one that shoots fire, things like that, or the bell. Or you could probably get, like, maybe 3 or 4 of the things from the common category, which would be the different shift weave things, that staff that makes flowers pop up, little feather token, stuff like that. So, you are welcome to make her an offer.
Okay, I will give you all 3 of these for shift weave clothes. Do you want the mantle?
I do, but
Or the staff?
get your own things first.
Okay, so I definitely want the shift weave clothes and fan and maybe the cowbell. And then I'm also interested in that mantle and the stick. Do you think I could trade the things that I have for those?
Let's see here. So, if you're looking to trade the uncommon wand, the uncommon scroll, and the common scroll?
Yeah.
Making sure I'm keeping track? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I could give you the clothes, the fan, and the bell for those items.
Okay. What if I threw in this fancy opera hat?
Is it a magic fancy opera hat?
No, but it's really cute.
It is really cute. You're not wrong.
And it's just fishes a couple of potions. Let's say a potion of poison and potion of greater healing out of her bag and just sets them on the...
Are those uncommon potions?
Yep.
Cool. Ooh. Now that's exciting. Wasn't aware that we had a potion maker in our midst. Did you make these or did you buy these? What do they do?
Oh, I made them. One will give you healing, and the other one will poison whoever drinks it.
Ooh, choices. They seem to be properly labeled. Good, good, good. Now that's fascinating. So you're saying the items that you offered before, and an opera hat, and 2 potions, and what you would like are some shift weave clothes, a wind fan, a cowbell, a mantle, and a staff of flowers.
Yes.
That sounds pretty reasonable to me. She's gonna make a roll, and you can make a persuasion roll.
Both of us, or Penelope with...
Penelope with advantage, because she's the one who's been striking most of the deal.
That's a 24.
That's a good number. You know what? I think you've got a good deal there. In fact, I'm going to go a little bit better with that because you've been so good to me. So I'll tell you what. What you offered is good, but since you mentioned it and since you seem to be such a big fan of these clothes, I'll give you some of these as well. And so she pulls out a second set of shift weave clothes, which are... So the ones that she pulled out for Penelope are more like normal day-to-day wear sized. The ones that she pulls out here are a bit more hardy traveler stuff, which, as it happens, are a bit closer to Anise's size. So she pulls those out. No extra charge.
Oh,
does it sound like a good deal to you?
It sounds like a good deal to me.
Excellent. Then in that case, we have a great deal, and this is going to be wonderful. And definitely tell your friends.
Oh, I will. I will.
And as I said, we're a trade-based business, so might have an entirely different set of things next time you come by. Are you going to be using the travel circle today, or will you be hanging out in the city for a bit?
The hotel for a few more days, don't we?
You do. Just in the meta.
I don't think we're leaving today.
Right.
It's okay. What?
Yeah, I think we'll be here for a little longer at least.
Oh, good. I just wanted to make sure that, you know, since I mentioned before, the mantle takes attunement to reach its full potential. So I'll be here if you have any trouble with it. Like I said, it can be picky, but if you are in fact a druid, then you shouldn't have any trouble attuning to it at all. I'm sure it will love to be very close to you and to help you hide from anything that's bothering you. But if you're not satisfied, you can bring it back. No questions asked.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead and take out the items that you traded,
I did.
and I will drop these into your respective inventories and identify them for you. Huzzah.
Before we leave the shop, Anise will druid craft some flowers for the lady that's stuck in this poor drab basement.
Oh, thank you so much. It's not the best place. A lot of the time, it really is just me and the plants. And she points over to. It wasn't immediately visible before, but now that she's taken some things up and set them up as she was digging around and other stuff before, you see that there's actually another pot similar to the potted plant that she did for the example that's sitting nearby. But this one doesn't seem to have anything growing in it yet. I'm sure this one will grow eventually too. It doesn't seem to need a lot of daylight.
You really need to get some light.
I definitely do. Don't worry though, my shift will end soon and eventually I will hit the town.
Do you take the plants with you out on the town?
Well, they need to get some sunlight too.
Party plant.
I mean, this one is. Or at least it will be when it hatches.
That sounds ominous.
I don't think plants are supposed to hatch.
Oh, it's more of a it's complicated.
Okay.
Say, I'm not a druid and I'm even like, plants don't hatch. That's, weird. Anyway.
Silence.
On that note.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, like, she's not going anywhere, so it's kind of up to the lot of you to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Okay. Let's add some items. Well, I'll do that between sessions. It's sufficiently late.
Yeah.
I think we have successfully done the shopping episode.
Yeah.
The only other thing I would have picked up would be to see if there were any like unique potion ingredients that can be done off.
Right, yeah, we can fill in some of the gaps on that one. Likewise, since you poked around in it before, the little, magic shop above the cafe had a bunch of components that you got a bit of a look at before. Like, you didn't see anything that really caught your attention at the time, but if you wanted to go back there between sessions just to fill in, like, it's kind of a catch-all for the things that would be in a spell component pouch or things that don't cost a ton that get consumed. Like, that shop has plenty of things like that, and that could factor into some of your needs for common potions and maybe some uncommon ones depending.
Gotcha.
So we can fill some of those gaps in as well. It doesn't have quite the same selection as the castle, but it's definitely got, some of the more basic stuff if you're looking to get some of your common and uncommon on.
Cool.
So cool. I will update your inventories with these items. I think I've got a pretty good guess as to which items you want to put in which persons, but you can obviously shuffle those around later. So
Yeah.
we will wrap that up.
Woo.
So many pictures open when we're not using maps.
Back to the hotel.
Keep the feed exciting. But yep, you return to the hotel with your assortment of clothes. You have plenty of time to attune to things, merge stuff in. You are welcome to stick around in Paris for as long as you like. Otherwise, you are free to move on. Vivi does note that she has class on Monday, so to speak. So given it is Sunday now, or Saturday now, like, she's going to be going back to Clock Tower, whether or not you want to go with her on Sunday. So.
Yeah, I mean, we could just go with her on Sunday.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep. She's planning on taking the circle, but if you would like to take the more scenic route, she mentions to you in passing that you've got everything from taking the train, which you know you love doing so much, to flying, to taking the ferry across the channel. There are lots of ways at varying degrees of tourism that you can do. Or you can just teleport in and pop out in Clock Tower.
I'm pretty good with. Yeah.
You're pretty good with what? I think you cut out.
Teleporting in.
That's fair. Okay. Then we will plan on doing that next time.
Great.
And then you might get to go see Anice's shop and her family.
Woo!
Yeah.
Time to harass Addison's family.
And with this one, I think we can safely say that the Paris chapter is complete. So now we can go on to the third season of Nadame Cantabile.
Wait. No.
So many references. It's all I do. Yep, but thank you, friends on YouTube, for sticking around and watching stuff as we did the shopping episode.
Right.
Woo!
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Sleep, you nerds.